The bitches, they love visuals.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker. Let's roll.
Good morning, Vietnam. It's just a smidgen past 5 after 6, and here we go with another day's version of the Dawn Buster Show from Armed Forces Radio. I'm Airman Adrian Cronauer, and for the next 4 hours, we've got the best in popular music for you here, so let's get started right now with music.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
My Lord of God, it is 2019. Woo-hoo. Damn. I'm gonna kill my fucking shit here. Damn. 2019. Yes. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence. This is WTF Nation Radio Sergeant's Time on this 3 January, 2019. Damn. Hell. These fat, thick, round fucking shows be run up in the sky so deep, they be crying. Damn. Oh, I'm sorry. What's up, Spanky? Didn't mean to.
Wait, it's a new year already?
Fucking. Oh, man. Holy crap. Well, how you all doing, guys? My main man, people in the chats, Micah. Oh, we got Bailey in there. We got Justin. Where's my main man, Terry? Making the fucking, give me some vapes there, Terry. Where you at, son? Everybody in the Mixer chat, everybody in the YouTube chat, everybody in the Periscope chat, and of course, broadcasting from our very own WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page. What's up, guys? What's up, all you guys in the chat? Truth of Army Recruiting, Holly, of course. We got all my narcissistic fans are inside. Man, this is great. Well, thank you guys for coming back. Holy shit, thank you. This is awesome. This is awesome. I like it. Appreciate y'all coming back. Hope y'all had a good New Year's. I actually encouraged my neighbors to fire enough artillery as they could. I told them that they did not have enough accoutrements to shake the fucking ground, and then me and the kids ran inside so we can hear all and watch through our windows of all the blasts and noises and all that. And of course, debris hitting my domicile, as we had individuals shooting everything like a motherfucker. It was pretty cool. It was awesome. Baby S was kind of like, what the hell's going on? But he does enjoy explosives and stuff like that, so he was kind of like, oh, okay, cool, you know. Not a big deal. He was digging it. He was totally digging it. So, of course, everybody... Hope you have your fingers left and don't have any stories that are not going to be on the main page because, exactly, Zach, it's a fucking Catalina wine mixer, son. Exactly that. The goddamn Catalina wine mixer. What's up? What's up? What's up, Bugbox? What's up, Mones? ¿Qué está haciendo, amigo? En este canal. Ándale, pues. Siempre contestan en español. Here we go. Real quick. We have some friends of the, we do have friends of the page. They don't like to admit that they're friends, but they would ask us if we would provide a BOLO for our audience in Thailand and Australia. Yes, we do have a listenership in Thailand. So, real quick, let me slap up this pic right now for you guys. The lovely individual being currently displayed on all of our chats all over the world, currently on our Mixer chat, YouTube chat, Periscope chat, and, of course, the Facebook Lives in the main page and WTF Nation Radio. What else? What other chats? Anyways, so this individual here, this colorful individual here, decided to kill his wife and said, see ya. And and left the country. So he's 21 years old. He's accused of flying to Indianapolis from Colorado to kill his wife and then dumping her body in a trash bin before fleeing to Thailand. Peter Lian, this is his name, Peter Lian, was charged with murder Wednesday in the death of Quang Par, whose body was discovered in a suitcase in an Indianapolis dumpster on 23rd of December. So Par, his wife, 27, was living with Lian near Fort Carson, Colorado Springs, but had returned to family in Indianapolis after he accused her husband of assaulting her November 30th. Indianapolis Police Detective Christopher Craig Hill said in a court filing. So the Indianapolis PD and, of course, Army officials, of course, we would be more than happy to display this ugly motherfucker out to the world. Traveled to Indianapolis 3 weeks later, December 22nd. Flight records show that he flew to Bangkok 2 days later, didn't return Fort Carson, and is considered by the Army to be a deserter. Please spread the word, nation. He obtained a court order to keep Lian away from her and been arrested days earlier by Colorado Springs police and charged with assault. She had told Colorado police officers investigating this incident that they were arguing about going back to Indiana. A physical altercation ensued, and Peter began to choke her with one hand around the neck, then both hands around her neck. Lian told officers that he released pressure around Par's neck before she could walk away out and yelled out the door, and he screamed, "I'm going to kill you," in their native language, Burmese. So again, WTF Nation, listening out in Thailand in the Asian Pacific Theater. We know you guys listen out there because we get the chats. So, buenas noches. Desde Colombia. Ándale pues. Muchas gracias. Bienvenidos. So, yeah, there you go.
But how did he kill her? She had a court order protecting her.
Well, of course. Of course.
Those work.
Those don't they work? I know I have some friends, personal close friends of mine that have had to dealt with exes and stuff like that had some of this bullshit happening to them. And nobody ever wants to press charges on these motherfuckers. Nobody ever does. I don't understand that. Now, of course, everyone's like, "You need a chain of command." Stop. The chain of command could not have done any of this to prevent it. They can't. They're just not going to fucking do it. They can't do it. There's no way they could do it. So this is not, nobody's digging on the chain of command.
No. She had already left. Like, what else would the chain of command have done?
Well, yeah.
She had a court order against him.
Correct.
He flew out of state.
Yeah, he flew out of state to go meet her, and then, of course, unfortunately, met her demise. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
It is.
That's fucked up. So now he fled to Thailand.
And sorry, there's a huge expat community in Thailand.
There is. Yeah. There is. This word has already spread to some of the members of my inner network in Thailand. You can run, homie. You can run. You can't hide. So that's why I was asked to provide maximum coverage for this from our WTF Nation fans, and of course, we will more than happy to support. And I'm against domestic violence 100%. There should be a rule in the world that if you beat a fucking woman, yeah, exactly, exactly, Adrian. Did they do a vehicle inspection and make him fill out a trips report first? You know what? That's a good point. Way to go. You know what, Adrian? Stop right now, Adrian, because now what's going to happen is that we're going to fucking the authorities.
Trips back.
Now we're going to bring Trips back, and the goddamn Master Sergeant Jones is going to be doing the goddamn safety class again, and now we're all going to have to keep track of going on leave and shit. He's considered a deserter, so this had to have been some. Yeah, exactly. So he won't do trips anymore. Exactly. Yeah. So here's my thing. If you are a wife beater and you beat up a woman, you're a piece of shit. But I don't care if, like I said, there are some. We've discussed this before. What the fuck? There are some mitigating circumstances. She's a zombie, of course. I've seen The Walking Dead and World War Z. And so you have the two.
You're allowed to shoot your wife.
If she's a zombie,
she's already a zombie.
It's exactly that, because she's technically already dead, so she's a zombie, so she's part of the undead. And it depends what kind of zombie she is. If she's Walking Dead zombie, then you can kind of run away and there's no excuse. If she's 28 Days Later or World War Z zombie, have at it. Okay, she's all yours. Go to town. if there is a situation where she's coming at you and she's armed and you are like literally fighting for your life, that's it.
Yep.
There should be no other time. I'm not, of course, going to get the ass, and I'm not going to be, discussing the frailties of women and the physiological design and makeup of a woman and all that stuff. But a dude hitting a woman, it hurts. A dude is generally stronger, unless you're that video of that ma'am. You better call me ma'am at GameStop. You see that? You better call me ma'am. God, I am a fucking ma'am. That's when,
No, sir, you're not.
Exactly.
You can put lipstick on, but that does not make you a man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that.
But anyway.
So again, and this is my upbringing. This is the way I feel. If you lay your hands on a fucking woman, you're why? You know what I mean? Now, if I have seen. Did you see that video of those two fat chicks in the fucking McDonald's, and the guy was definitely trying to show some restraint, and that fat chick pulled that guy down, and then he was trying to get up, and she's like, "Come on, you want some of me?" Bitch, you fucking got no, bitch, you really. That's what I'm saying. She was really playing on that guy's upbringing and moral background to knock a bitch out. Okay.
Right, like I really don't, but I'm about to.
Yeah, that right there. Okay, maybe I should add another fourth mitigating circumstance.
Right,
if you're like
there
trying to break up a fight and then a bitch decides to fucking do some of that shit, hands free, baby.
Yeah.
Please activate your hands-free device.
There comes a point where I'm sorry, in my mind, it's okay to whoop a woman's ass.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're just having like relationship issues and you're having fucking drama, you don't put a bitch in a fucking suitcase and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's never okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the MIFLIC or the local fucking chaplain's office will probably tell you that you don't put your spouse in a goddamn suitcase and put her in a dumpster and then flee to Thailand. So I'm putting this up, and yeah, he better ditch that cool guy shirt. Exactly.
Probably grow his hair a little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again, Indianapolis authorities, of course, we got your back. Support the blue, and of course the ID officials in Fort Carson. Yep, we got your back too on this. And of course, our audience in a WTF Nation radio audience in Thailand and Australia. There you go. There is your pick. So if you're listening right now, if you have any tips, contact the Indianapolis PD or Fort Carson Garrison PMO, or drop us a line in the inbox at the U.S. Army WTF Moments or the main page, and then there you go. We'll handle it from there. So here to give you our, the ma'am. Exactly, Zach. The ma'am memes are fucking epic. Fucking epic. I saw the last one I saw was one with the orc. Call me ma'am. It's fucking awesome. So, anyways, that's one of the main things I wanted to kick off. Aside from, I wanted to jump off the New Year's, gimmick, so that way we can jump on this fucker right here. So again, Fort Carson soldier charged in wife's killing, flees to Thailand, is considered a deserter. So this right here is not the type of fucker that's going to be wearing a 22 a day tattoo on his arm, and then say you better respect him and thank him for his service and get some free chow at goddamn Golden Corral. You know what I mean? This is not the guy. If you fall for it, then you're fucked up. I don't want to even hear PTSD. There's not enough PTSD in the fucking world for you to say something like that at all. So, Adrian, maybe he's not AWOL. Maybe he was seeking cosmetic surgery before he goes to jail. No. Yeah, exactly. Zach wants to go to Thailand. I saw, growing up, because my dad was a Vietnam veteran. I saw enough Vietnam movies. I don't want to go. Sorry.
No,
no.
That's
keep
not
them.
on my list. I saw what's the movie? The Hangover.
The Hangover, yeah,
exactly.
One night in Bangkok. Yeah, ever heard that fucking song traumatized me not to go to Thailand. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm not going to fucking Thailand. Fuck that.
No, I'm not down for that either.
Anyways, so that is the story of Sergeant's time. We got to put this out right here. This kid's fucking fleeing, and yes, he is fucking fleeing and being a shit. Yeah, there is a Thailand and there is a Golden Corral. Here's the thing: if you've ever been stationed overseas and you've gone over to European or Asia Pacific cities, they like to copy us a lot. So you'll see a McDonald's there, but that meat don't look like no damn Big Mac. You know what I mean? You'll see a Wendy's and you'll laugh because you'll see a bunch of Star Wars figures painted on the fucking wall, all like goofy looking and shit.
You see a Randy's?
Yeah, we're Randy's. You fucking bitch. Reckon to Randy's praise. Hey, Ice, how long time no see, pal, huh? Oh, you looking for that kid to feed the tyrant, huh? Oh, look. Oh, man. Oh, fucking yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it looks like you. Why do I sound like that fucking Kim Jong-il? Kim Jong-il from fucking...
No, you sound like the guy from City Walk.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, well, he's the guy that also does the goddamn fucking, he was Kim Il-sung or Kim Jong-il, whatever, from, all them Ils, yeah, all them Kims on fucking, Team America. Everybody with the last name Kim, please don't get offended. I was just joking around using hyperbole and everything, of course, and anything stated by WTF Nation Radio is purely a fucking opinion of the person that studied it. So, anyways, yeah, so I was like, oh, praise. Oh, hi, Ice, welcome back. welcome to Randy's gonna help you, praise. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you looking for that fucking to kill his wife, huh? What brings you back here on your 8th wife, huh? another bachelor party, huh? Oh, welcome back, asshole. You still owe me from last time. Oh, man. Anywho. Oh, where was I before I was rudely interrupted? Oh, yeah. So, anyways, WTF Nation, there you go. Don't send me hate mail with shit in the inbox about my Kim Jong-il using my Mr. Lian fucking accent, because that's exactly what I was using. Don't get fucking offended. That was a serious shit. No, fucking guy. Anyways. So that'll be posted as soon as the podcast is uploaded and everything else. That picture will be posted on the main page. So if you're scrolling through your main page after the video's ended and you've not missed it and you couldn't see it or you missed it, then it'll be on there as the thumbnail. So no worries about that. So
yes, we joke and make fun, but seriously, look for this dude.
Yeah, exactly. Adrian, we actually do have
fat listeners.
Yeah, Adrian, we do have a fan base that is incarcerated. Yes, we do. We do. BTF Nation Radio is we have quite a spectrum of fans. Yep, we do. Individuals that have been incarcerated, and anyways. Oh, what's this? Oh, we got some we have some questions here. Oh, thank you so much for this question here. It says, I'm a 21-year-old NCO. What should I do? My specialists won't want to listen to me since they're 30 and 40-year-olds. I don't want to smoke them. I feel like that won't get us anywhere. Then you put them shits on paper. There you go, Sergeant. Start sergeanting. That's it. And you know what? Your 30, 40-year-old fucking soldiers might be getting trolled by your platoon sergeant to test your leadership. It might be a test. It might be a trial. So no worries.
I mean, it happens. A lot of people join the army when they're, not 20, 21 years old anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly, Josiah. Watch out for those goddamn Mongolians trying to tell down my shitty raw. God damn it. Anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, what was the next story? Yeah, because I wanted to cover this portion here. I wanted to make sure that everybody had a safe and happy New Year. And as sober, well, as about as sober as you can get or you can remember it. But the next story I want to talk about, the next portion's got me kind of, and this is not really going to be more. I mean, this is going to be some army stories within this show as well. How do I say this? We like here at WTF Nation Radio, we like to provide an apolitical sense of shit. We do, of course, have a diverse a list of hosts that have their own shit and like to troll whatever and whatever wing or whatever direction you like to go to, left, right, center, whatever, doesn't fucking matter. We all have our own specific reasonings for it, and everyone can come on here and there's no hate and blah, 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 right? No big deal. But when you fuck with the patron saint of chaos, then that's when we have an issue. President Trump, God, I can't believe I'm fucking saying that. We're going to fucking troll D. Treasy too now? Shit. So, everybody knows that the, of course, Lord, patron saint of chaos, our Lord and our, battlefield savior, Mattis, Sect F. Mattis, Mad Dog, whatever name you want to call him, said he was resigning. And due to the fact that he was resigning, he was going to have a excellent transition period where he was going to have a way to bring on the new staff and all that. Because with every one of those political appointee individuals or confirmed, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they bring their own. They'll bring their own people and stuff. Most commanders do that in the Army, anyways. You'll have a new general and he wants to bring somebody that he served with back at Bragg or back at Drum, and they all fucking work together in the same staff. That's common. That's the common DoD thing. And to provide some sort of continuity of the staff that's already there, you kind of get along with everybody, and then once that other person goes, then that's when you change all their shit and create your own legacy. He submitted his resignation and stated to the world and stated to the president that he was going to leave, and he was going to provide a transition point 1 Feb to do this, or end of February or something like that. I can't remember the date specifically, but it was like around February that he was going to say, deuces, I'm out, so we can have a good transition team, and we're done. D. Treasy didn't like that. Once it was announced, D. Treasy said, no, pack your bags, get the fuck out of here. I want you out by New Year's. New Year's Day comes around, and of course, right before New Year's Day, Secretary Mattis did something that I didn't realize. Holy shit, this is like fucking. Is this like a warning? Is this like what's going on? Are you telling us something we don't fucking know? Mattis put like the last letter that he wrote, the last message to troops, and he quoted pretty much Ulysses Grant in a letter to Lincoln, stating about standing fast. And this was like done in 1863 or something like that, 1864 quote. It was like during the Civil War.
Right.
And it was kind of like it would, to me, I'm like Jay Reddy and the gang at Tinfoil Times, and I kind of like look at was there a message on that? You know what I mean? Was it is there some sort of am I supposed to get something out of it? Is that supposed to be a whatever? I mean, what's the deal with this letter? I mean, you notice that everyone was talking about the letter about whatever, how it was done and all that. The letter that he gave. Go ahead. I
wouldn't say it's like a like, oh my gosh, it's not like what he's saying to Lincoln. It's just like, if you ask me personally, I'm like, you're looking at a one-term president. That's what I got from it.
Yeah.
Me personally.
Yeah.
That's when I read it, that's what I got from it.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, not anybody else's, but that's what I read from it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he wrote that when he wrote that letter, that letter that quoted Ulysses Grant. I was kind of like, Lord. Again, I will. Well, what was the quote? Okay, well, shit. Hang on, fuck, man. I knew you guys were gonna do that. You get. What was the quote? What did he say? What did you?
Oh, see, I should have had it up too, then.
It's okay, no worries. I mean, I already have it up. I mean, I was just like, just in case, I have to have the, I gotta have it up. Because everyone's going to be like, all you guys doing is fake news. Because we're already being accused of writing our own documents and stuff like that, even though the Army Times, the Army Times confirms
like,
that.
I got time to write fucking memos for y'all.
Yeah, we ain't doing it, right? So, so it said, let nothing which is transpiring change or hinder or delay your military movements or plans. On February 1st, 1865, President Lincoln met with General Ulysses S. Grant. In one sentence telegram, it read, let nothing which is transpiring change, hinder, or delay your military movements or plans. Hail Hydra. I'm sorry. It's our department's leadership, civilian and military. Everyone's going to be like, what? Remains are in the best possible hands. I am confident that each of you will remain, doctrine and mission, blah, 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 blah. Our department has proven to be at its best when it's at times most difficult, so keep the faith in our country and hold fast alongside with others, blah, blah, blah. It is my high honor to have served at your side. May God hold you safe and blah, 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 blah. Signed 31 December 2018. This is all was written in. All them shits were written in. Again, let nothing which is transpiring change, hinder, or delay your military movements and plan. No sooner than that was fucking put out there. Is it professional to fuck with D. Treasy? Man, we fucking were trolling his ass before he was fucking getting elected, so I don't hear it. you
do what I want.
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry.
But he literally sat there and like trash talked him on fucking Twitter and on during a press conference. I essentially fired Mattis. No, you didn't.
No. Okay. I usually keep my, like, remarks about President Trump to myself because, I do think it's somewhat disrespectful. That's just me, my personal opinion. But he's acting like a fucking petulant child right now. Like, oh no, you didn't quit. I fired you. I hate you first. Like, I have toddlers running around here all the time, and that's exactly what he's fucking acting like with it. And it's like, no, he didn't fire him. He resigned, and took the high road, and I guess, they couldn't see eye to eye on things. But, and then he, writes this letter, and then, oh, but gosh. And then he, like I said, he's trash talking him on Twitter, national TV. I don't know, because he didn't get his way, because, it's obvious that, Mattis has like a huge support base, not just probably from veterans, but you can see it all over, like, every social media post. It's like, it's quite amusing. Like, "You're not my real dad," like, for whoever that dude is that took his place. I can't even remember his name, the acting guy. Like, the not our real dad guy.
The new daddy that's come in. So look, according to our, I guess they are friends now. Is the Army Times our friends now? Because now they've been like quoting us and stuff, and I feel like, okay, we can be cool now. All right.
No, they just got lazy and just decided not to do anything.
I was about to say they were copying and
lazy.
pasting. It was like, okay, Army Times, you're cool. I'm fine. I guess we cool now.
No, they're just doing what I did in college. It's like, it's okay to cut and paste as long as you cite the source.
Yeah, exactly that. You got to make sure it's an APA. But is that really fucking? God, man. They've really fucking. I'm serious. They have really. Look, you got. Look, everybody has gone out with style, and I'm gonna draw a comparison here. In a minute. So yeah, I got it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about soldier training. Fuck, hang on.
We're gonna talk about sergeant's time and stuff with sergeants.
Fuck. To push us until we get there.
Exactly.
There, do you feel like a soldier now?
Yeah, exactly. Do you feel like you're in the Army? Spank you throw on 2 court. So the thing is that, look, if you're usually individuals in those cabinet positions, they resign, they're given their time, they're given their due, and also the stuff, and everybody wants to know why they did it, and of course everybody wants to know that. So everybody knows once they did it, and then of course the media likes to lash on every fucking wind tag that they fucking had. Now, in order for me to watch in order for me to keep up on the news, I have to, and we're required to, I ask all of our hosts to at least watch and look and research some of the fucking crap that you're about ready to fucking say, because there's usually going to be 5 fucking slants to whatever. The only person that I thought really made a fucking big deal up, that was really fucking going off on it, was all the Fox News homos were fucking doing it. Is that cool to say homos? I'm sorry. I don't want to insult the homos. But the Fox News guys were going nuts. They were literally going ape shit about, oh, fucking Mattis and the president will make it my back. Where's my goddamn chicken video? You noticed it is the anniversary of the chicken video.
I noticed.
I'm gonna have to get my fucking chicken out. The chicken's gonna have to make an appearance again on WTF Nation Radio. So going back to what I was saying, everyone was making a fucking big deal. Well, of course, naturally, the Twitter lord himself is gonna look at it and go, I'm not gonna get punked out. Fuck that. I ain't getting punked out. No way. I ain't gonna get punked out. Yeah, you can report as Fox News. I don't care. They reported back to him that, basically Mattis was saying, because I can just imagine there's that one person in his cabinet that's going, Mr. President, look. Look at the media saying, look what's happening. Look what Mattis said this. Yeah. He's like one fucking rat, you know what I mean? That's in the staff, that's in the cabinet right now. Look at this, President. Look at this. And then he just looked at it and fucking was just steaming. And he had people on the staff, his little fucking cronies around him, are telling him and piping them all up and get them all hyped up, right? And then that's when he goes, no, fuck you. You're getting out. You're not going to have a transition, and you're leaving by New Year's. Did you really fucking just say that shit?
And then he uses the words "not too good" to
Yeah,
describe how he did.
Yes, exactly. You just said not too good when you were the one that knew. You were, dude, I'm telling you, he's meme fucking gold and soundbite gold to go back for any candidate to go against them now. That if you work for the fucking administration as a member of the military, and I'm saying this as a former member of the military, as a current member of the military, and you want military fucking advice, and somebody from the military or somebody who served in the military gives you that fucking advice, he's going to bitch the fuck out and fire you. I'm just going to fucking say that right now. He's going to fucking do that.
And then he says something like, "What? Oh, I think I'd have made a good general."
Oh, you just added another hour to the goddamn show.
I'm like, I need to close the computer now.
Yeah. So
I did.
So when he said that, and he said he's got to go out, then of course Mattis, being the professional that he was, because that's what it's customary. It is customary also because he's telling his legions of I'll be honest with you, man, the patron saint of war, Mattis has a following. I'm not even in the fucking Marine Corps, and I fucking love the dude. You know what I mean? Everyone's going to talk about,
absolutely.
Everyone has their story. Back in the fucking day, Sergeant, you can't say that shit, Sergeant Major, because you know why? Because Mattis back in Afghanistan denied a medevac for blah, 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 blah. Hey, have you seen Black Hawk Down? Have you seen what happens when you send a helicopter into a fucking hot zone? Have you seen that shit? And everyone likes to write this story about, well, whatever, and this and Mattis this and Mattis that. Fuck. You weren't there. Nobody fucking knows what happened with that scenario with the medevac not being called. Would you rather have Black Hawk Down incidents and shit? So my point being is that being a statesman at that point, as much as he could, he was delivering a message to me. I felt that Mattis was giving me a message as a soldier to say, here you go, dude. This is what I think, blah, 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 blah. And he writes the letter. And then he writes the cryptic. Now, look, I'm a big fucking Civil War buff. Nah, not too much, but I know enough about military history, about quotes and meanings and all this other shit. And then immediately I start like drawing fucking parallels. What does this fucking mean? What the fucking, is this Hydra time? What's going on? Why is he saying, whoa, what are you talking about? Nothing which is transpiring, change, hinder, or delay your military movements or plan. What plan? What military move plan? So, did I miss a meeting? What the fuck's going on? What is he talking about? Is he talking about current ops? Is he talking about future ops? Is he talking about whatever? I don't fucking know. So when he did that...
No, I just look at it as like it's the same thing that you think about in the Army all the time. If you don't like something, how it's happening right now, don't worry. It's going to change.
Yes.
That's the way I looked at it.
Exactly. True that, Mike. True that. There's a lot of individuals that like to make decisions that have never been in combat before to make those types of decisions before. However, it's a double-edged sword. How are you ever going to get combat experience if you don't put people in combat that have never been in combat, with a generational gap of individuals who've been in combat, who have now seen your ranking that for that type of war is a catch-22. So yeah, I do see a point. Just take a look at USAREC. They got plenty of individuals like that don't go to combat, that like to make leadership decisions and say some shit like that, and they like to give the recruiters the story of, oh well, you're failing your soldiers you're failing your teammates on the battlefield, Mister. You've never been deployed, station commander. But anyways, I digress. Like Jake Ford says, that letter was dignified. That was a message to me. It's been an honor to serve at your side, and may God bless you, safe in the air, land, and sea. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jim Mattis, sir. I'm the only person I really call sir anyways, amongst all the stuff. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate you doing that. But D. Treasy, dude, stop. Just stop. I'm saying it right now. Stop, dude. Probably gonna have the Secret Service call me up or something like that for me saying some shit. Or Mixer and everything's on my fucking computer's gonna go knock on my door and shit. Get on the ground! I just said something. You told him to stop. Because he's gonna get mad and gonna get butthurt. But he then said the next day that he fired him, and he really wasn't good. He wasn't really a good SecDef to begin with.
No, he said not too good.
He's not too good. I don't think he's too good. He's not too good. Even W wouldn't have said something like that. W would have been like, holy shit, did he just fucking say that? You're fucked. You done pissed off the WTF nation. You know what I mean?
I mean, sound bites and his tweets are like, forever because screenshots don't lie. Like, you already said this. Like, oh, he did a great job and blah, 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 blah. And then, like, 5 days later, oh, not too good. Oh, God. Like,
Correct.
just shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like-
Dude, shut up. Uh-oh.
It made me sigh.
Exactly. It's like, God, stop it.
Like, someone take his phone away. Like, just for 5 minutes. Like, this is why we have PAOs in the Army.
Yeah, exactly. This is why we have PAOs in the Army. Oh, very funny, main page. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the U.S. official policy, position, or any agency of the U.S. government. Comments made within the program are not reflective of any position of any government entity. Anything stated on WTF Nation Radio is purely the expression and opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official reflection on WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments. And this is pure hyperbole, dude. If the president can have a goddamn fucking poster of "The Wall is Coming" from a meme, if the president can fucking be memeing shit like that because he's the president, because he's the president, that's why he could do it. Uh-oh. Why am I getting some fucking... Are you up, Spanky? Okay.
It just started, the wheel started spinning. I don't know.
Did you see that? I was like, uh-oh.
I mean,
what's up, Terry?
Was good.
You know what? It's Terry's fault. Terry was the one. Thank you. Terry is filling us with all the information and hyperbole. Man, main page is like they really fuck you guys. Well, I'm just talking. This is purely an opinion piece, damn it. But we miss our Mattis. That's what it is. I am distressed.
I did say it was my opinion.
Yes, I did say it was my opinion. Everybody can say like that. You can go back and forth, and of course the Prez wants to say that. The Prez wants to say that. The Prez wants to say that. You know what I mean? Fuck. So okay, so he did the letter and urged all military employees and all that stuff to hold fast, and he submitted his resignation, of course, blah blah blah. And now we have this the new guy is the Deputy Secretary Patrick Shanahan. So the Prez picked Shanahan, a former Boeing executive with no previous government or military experience, of course, to serve as acting defense secretary pending a decision, or who would be nominated to serve to a more permanent capacity. We don't know. We don't know what kind of permanent capacity he is. So, yeah. Yeah. Main page, am I supposed to not talk about this stuff? Am I? I'm getting a bunch of PMs. I think I just got put in the corner. You got spanked. I need to change the fucking. I
thought that was my job to spank people.
Yeah, I think we just had to change Stankus' new meme. You got spanked. What? Main page, shit. Leave me alone. What? Oh, there we go. I see it. I see the twirlies. Damn it. Come on, Maypage, be cool, dude. I was just joking. I was just breaking balls. Now all of a sudden we have a jump in the audience because I know somebody's probably listening. I wouldn't trash the sec def. You're screwed. Oh man, we still live, guys? Wow. You don't want to come at us, dude. The WTF Nation is very supportive of Mattis and thought it was pretty fucked up that was happening.
No,
totally fucked up.
I mean, there was even like an article written about all the comments.
Yeah, dude, all the comments and shit like that. Fuck yeah. God dang it. Did you? Oh. Oh my god. Did it really happen? Fuck. Did they really? No, man, don't tell me it got. Did we get somebody report us and shit?
I think it's still live.
Okay, I just want to. You all give me some thumbs and stuff, and you all family members and all that stuff that's out there listening. Yeah, man. See, once again, why is it that why do we get fucked with when it comes to shit like this? Why do we get fucked with? We're not representing, of course, any government entity. Got it, main page, got it. My point being is that you dissing fucking Mattis. Don't be dissing Mattis, and he didn't get fired. He quit. He resigned. He stepped down from his position. There's nothing wrong with that.
Very respectfully, he
very,
did.
very
He
respectfully.
didn't say go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't say go fuck yourself and burn the building on the way out. He just said, "I'm out of here, dog." No, and you can be out of here again. Okay, well, fuck. Oh, come on, man. Really? Did we really get fucking? Oh man, hang on. Let me triple double check again, and let me check all statuses according to all the systems right now. We're pumping green across the board. Pumping green. I am so sorry, WTF Nation, about this. All of a sudden, now we're having connection issues after we're having an awesome fucking show for the first, couple minutes. So I guess I gotta kind of tone it down or something like that. Hell no, I don't think so. You dissing Mattis. So the reason why I bring the how do I say I bring the highlight and draw a comparison to this is because the ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, she said she was gonna she said she was resigning. She said she was gonna hang out and not stay in the position as UN ambassador. Why did she get to stay? Why wasn't she told to leave? When she submitted her letter and she wrote whatever she had going on, nobody fucking went off on her. So why are they picking on Mad Dog? What's wrong with somebody having a level of principles when they say they don't want to work for you anymore? They want to fucking work for you. It's a crock. If I no longer want to be in if I don't want to be in the service anymore, or I don't want to work for somebody, you piece the fuck out. You become a professional. And if you say you're a professional and you're doing so much winning, then guess what? Winning, keep winning by being professional, by letting the guy retire with some dignity. That's the way I see it. If you're not going to do that to Nikki Haley, then don't. I can't believe we're fucking talking about politics. If you can't be doing that to Nikki Haley, then why'd you do it to him? I guarantee it. What's his nuts? Who was the other guy? Who's the other guy that's the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Dunsford? I guarantee it. He's gonna be like, I'm out here. I bet. I'll put some squares on it, but I don't know any insider information, guys, so don't flip the fuck out. But I just my own predictions of the way things are happening. General Dunsford will probably say, "Deuces, see you. I'm out."
Sorry, I was trying to keep up. There was so many comments in there. I do try to keep up with all y'all's comments. Y'all, well, Ice goes on his ice rants.
No, Haley. Here's my ticket. If you Mattis, General Mattis, I'm saying this right now, and I want everybody to hear this, and I want all you guys to hashtag this now. Mattis and Admiral McCraven for 2020. Hashtag Mattis, MCRAVEN 2020. Mattis McCraven is who I've never really stepped on a political platform before, is who I would support a ticket on. General Mattis and Admiral McCraven, I think, would be an awesome team. Pick your VP or pick your president, whoever wants to, rock, paper, scissors that. I think both of them would be excellent candidates. Whether on a separate ticket or a together ticket. That happens, rock on. All for it. But my point being is that, no. You can't be dissing anybody like that in the military. And then what was that comment that you said about the, Spanky, about the, about what? What was that comment about? What if I was a general or something like that? What was that?
Oh, well, no. Our president said, he's like, oh, if I was a general, I think I would be a very good one. Or I can't remember his exact words, but I saw that. I was like, I had to close my computer and just walk away from it for a little while, take a nap, because it just no, you lack empathy, tact, for one. I do believe generals need that. They're not allowed to tweet and go off go off from the hip and all that. That's how they get fired. Sharp comes to mind real quick when I think of our president. There's a lot of things that come to mind when I think of him, like trying to be a general. Getting through basic training is one of them. or maps.
How about show the fuck up?
Yeah, I was like maps. It's not even basic training, getting through maps. But fuck, I like when he said that, like, oh, I think I would have been a very good general. Oh no, God, oh God. Like no, like how can you even compare yourself to like these men that have spent like their entire lives making that rank? It just, like I said, I'm not a presidential basher. I'm not like a rah 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 MAGA person either. But like, I think I'm pretty down the middle. But fuck, like,
I think
you're gonna bash this man that has spent his entire life dedicated to leading soldiers, and yeah, no.
I'm getting man, I got people dropping the we're not claiming ICE tonight fucking comments in the chat. Whatever. Okay, fine. I will drop the disclaimers are dropped. God, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so no big deal. But my point being is that fuck, dude. Oh, you are still alive. Oh, see, there you fucking go. Thanks, man. Thanks. Exactly. That's right, Bailey. That's right, Terry. You guys hitting it on the head. Really trusting anybody by their emotions and shit like that? Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, yeah. See, I had to, Michael, because yes, we do want to hear about shitbags, and we don't want to hear about politics. But this kind of like wedges in a little bit and slides into what we do as members of the military and what we have to be aware of what's happening with our upper leadership. You have somebody that wants to fucking that is saying, like you just said, oh, if I was a general, I'd do this. Didn't you said you're like gonna have? Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody who criticizes, D. Treasy for not serving in the military didn't serve themselves. So I kind of really don't lend them any credence. You know what I mean? Okay, so why didn't you serve in the military then? If you're gonna be, you know what I mean? If you're kind of criticizing him about calling him bone spurs and all this other shit, and you have served in the military and you got bone spurs, I know some people who got bone spurs in the military. Then you're cool. Hey, you can talk about your free realm, but if it's like if you run into a guy at a VFW who just hangs out with a guy who was in the military and says, "I could have joined the military too," but that's what I'm hearing. That's the
right. I'm not like knocking him for not joining the military. I am for him saying I could have been a good general. That I am.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that are disqualified.
You know what? I could have been a good general too, but you know what? I didn't go to officer candidate school or ROTC,
Yeah,
so I can't provide any type of anything about generaling. What generals do when they're generaling. I can give you sergeant majoring shit and sergeanting shit and platoon sergeanting shit and first sergeanting shit and squad leadering shit. I can give you all the advice about that because I have served in those roles. And I've served, forever and a day.
Right. And matter of fact, because there was once upon a time around my 10-year mark where, I had officers like, you should go to OCS, you should do this, you should do that. I'm like, I'm better at enforcing everything instead of, enforcing policies, rules, and regulations instead of making them.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm good at.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Probably could have been good at doing all that, or maybe could have, but I'm going to stick to, what I know.
Yeah, to me, I actually love hanging out with the troops. You know what I mean? All that, I see all the stuff that the officers are doing, they were getting yelled at and belittled by little punks and shit like that. I'm like, if I was a fucking lieutenant, if I was a 40-year-old lieutenant and I was getting bitched out by a goddamn fucking captain with only 6 years in the army.
Come here.
I'd punch him.
Come here, Lieutenant. God damn it, Lieutenant. You better stand rigid when I'm talking to you.
You know what I mean? No, I'd have been like, no, that's not.
Yeah,
that's not
nah. Oh, me, I'm going to punch him too.
Yeah, it's like, blah, 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 whatever. But, clicking in and then you're clicking off. Well, then, sorry, man. Why'd you click off, dude? Okay, well, see you. Deuces. Why are you guys talking about politics and stuff?
Do what we want.
You guys are... The Mattis McLovin. Clicked in and listened and clicked off. Okay, well, thank you for announcing your entrance and your presence and your exit. Thank you so much, and I'll throw you off the rock. Simba style. But anyways, yeah, dude, I'm just one of those things where you kind of you really can't say I would think I would be a good general, because what I think is now happening is now is starting to drive, I want to say driving a wedge, but now veterans and members of the military are kind of looking like, what's this dude saying? Why is he saying this stuff? I mean, don't get me wrong. Him running for office and all that while he was trolling everybody was fucking hilarious. And like what was said in the chat before, he was a far better pick than Hillary for that aspect. But that's all politics aside. But once you start fucking with the way the military is, and everything you're doing is because of you're getting heat for it, yeah, whatever. Why are you talking about de-treason? You know, you're anti. And immediately, of course, yep, exactly that. I see it. There's people in the chat right now. Look, I'm clicking off. See ya. Bye, Felicia. Auf Wieder. Und auf Wiedersehen, Felicia. Adios, Felicia. See ya. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Yeah. Ciao, Felicia. Ciao, Felicia.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Au revoir, Felicia.
I'm multilingual too.
Yeah, exactly. Straight up, man. Who cares, dude? You're gonna get,
Oh, there he goes. He just wanted some attention.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I just wanted a reaction. I really didn't click off. See, because you love us, man. We're like the necessary evil that you have. We're like the person in your pocket that you want to use, you want to point at, but you're afraid of pulling the trigger. That's okay. It's okay. We'll do your dirty work. I don't give a fuck about getting trolled. I really don't. My whole point being is that, yeah. So, anyways, Spanky. Oh, pet William, please. Well, somebody, Bailey, Holly, Truth to Army Recruiting, Terry provide a vape, a sedative vape for William there. And we're going to go ahead and take a break on part 2 for Sarge Time. Shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
photograph. Tell me what it is you see when you look at me. Deep into the photography, I don't really need your sympathy. Just tell me your thoughts. Have I got what they got? And is it a plot done for naught? Am I not like you because I do what I do? Who knew that I could lose a few of you cause I bleed blue? But it's true, I know cause I see it every day as I work and I sleep the day away. Like you I have pain and like you I have fear. Can I pay all of the bills and still make it through the year? Will I make it home alive? Should I pray to the sky every day and every night? Will I hold you by my side? But in the public eye, I don't even have a heart. A robot of the system moving only when I'm told to start. Rip apart my art, I'm strong like a flower blooming. You got it all wrong, I know I'm breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and been. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Call me a vet like a soldier. Green beret, 21 gun salute, don't wanna see the day. In the constant war zone, in the home of the brave, where they hate the police until they saving the day. I got kids like you, a mortgage like you, so blue lives matter, and so does yours too. All this separation and divide, open your eyes. If you cut us all open, we the same inside. The only difference is I run to the gunfight. Your peace when it's chaos, when the people don't act right. But I'm under scrutiny for trying to protect me. Pull a pistol and I'm shooting for trying to contest me. I got a quick second to make a deadly decision. The media betrayed me like a kid for a living, like I'm cold with no heart, a brain with no thoughts, a body with no feeling, a life with no cause.
Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. I'm damned if I do, and damned if I don't. It's like every single time I say what's on my mind, they go for my throat, they spew evil words. If you are absurd, always grinding, grinning, and killing my soul with these verbs. Hold me down, like I can't gasp for air. I'm closed inside of a box, like I'm inside Fort Knox. Every time that I'm there, I don't know why they think that I'm different from you. All that's true is I'm like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Part 2 of Sergeant's Time. Welcome back. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence this 3 January 2019 with myself, Ice, and Spanky up in the gunner seat, hitting them targets and throwing out all of those litigious and anti-litigation comments to keep us from getting sued. What are you going to do? We're going to do my dog tag.
Fight me?
What are you going to fight me? Oh, the name of the song, the one you just heard was, that was Forensic, and the name of the song is Human. The Tech 9 song was called PTSD, and it was Tech 9 and our very own J Ready, busting them beats and spitting fire. So that was the name of that. For those of you asking in the chat. So, anyways, okay. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys, I did not mean to offend anybody. If you got offended by what I said, tough shit. You can go ahead and submit a file complaint or give us 1 star. If you don't like what we said on WTF Nation Radio because you are a supportive somebody of the whole thing, the whole reason why we come in here, we're in the smoke pit here, hanging out in the motor pool because everybody knows that's really what we do. Oh, thank you for the video. Yeah, the videos were done by all the individuals that have been on Sergeant's Time before. So if you see, you'll see some individuals doing some shit in there. You might catch Mike Golf, one of our former hosts, might catch Doc Madness, myself. We had, who else we had in there? We had a couple other individuals that were providing videos of videos and shit. And of course, our very own Doc Madness, But anyway, so that was the name of the song. So what was I going to talk about next? Oh, yes. The Army, yes, it's a true fucking post. Everyone's talking about, hey, ICE, is this true that that the Army is actually doing an e-gaming league, like an actual gaming league? Yeah. You want a game for the Army? The Army has a gaming league. So if you want to play some Call of Duty or PUBG, what are the game, Fortnite? What are they fucking playing or something like that nowadays?
PUBG.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, exactly.
Around here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the kids are playing. They have a game e-gaming event happening, which is like recruiting. So if you do a specific time, so there's 2 new venues of which, to each their own. There's a new way of doing it. I figure if the Army has band and marksmanship people, those are the guys that go out and tell you how to shoot and go to and compete in the Olympics and all this other shit, and that's it, right? They have Olympic teams for that. The Army has the team, so no big deal, right? It's awesome. It's whatever. However, before you start talking about these e-gamers and stop talking about these, there's a new one that's like a PT fitness.
Yeah, but they're calling it esports, though.
Yeah, they're calling it esports. Yeah, they're esports. It's in the name. Esports. Don't hate on these fucking kids, right? Because they're the ones that are going to be going inside into the chats and all that stuff and dragging the kids that are sitting there with Cheeto dust in their face, going, "I'm gonna kill you," and possibly have some recruiting opportunities to join the Army. Because look, if we have individuals that come in the Army to be in the band.
Well, no, you're absolutely right.
Then don't be talking shit. If you have guys coming into the Army to do the all Army team, and all they do is fucking bobsled. I knew this. I had a friend of mine. Well, it's not my friend. I just knew of him, of the organization, and he was going to do a specific event. Right? He was good at the event. But it seemed like everything was circled around him going to all Army shit. And so finally, the first one, I was like, "Get the fuck out of here. Go. Just go. Just get the fuck out of here. You're going to be using that fucking Army as an excuse to the Army. You're using this Army team to go fucking do whatever." Now, I'm not opposed to the Army busting out some of their own athletes to do whatever, because you have an Army team, right? No big deal. If you want to have Olympic support, yep, got it. No big deal. The bobsled team, as a matter of fact, for the Winter Games was some special forces guys, some Rangers, a couple of soldiers in there, and they were in the Olympic team for the winter, for the Winter Games. Hey, fucking I'll support that 100%. This right here, my eyes are open on this. My eyes are, and my mind is open on the e-gaming. The PTs, the Army fitness shit, which is basically like a Tough Mudder team or whatever. That no. We should not have a team just to do PT. That's called a formation, the way I see it. You know what I mean?
Right, we do that every morning.
We do, yeah. I'm about to say there's a requirement in the morning. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Fall in. Platoon Sergeant Procedure Report. Report. That's.
You want to make it muddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to go do it? Yeah. Let's do that. You want to go do a fucking mudder? Let's go run through the fucking mud. It's kind of funny. You notice that? You have soldiers that want to fucking do that, and will have every single profile in the fucking book, not to do anything that has to do with Army shit, but you see their Facebook posts, or you see them at a Tough Mudder event. Thought you were on profile. First Sergeant, I'm just here passing out water.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, okay, whatever, dude. how come I'm seeing you at the beer challenge? You know, where you drink a beer and then you run 2 laps and you drink another beer and then run 2 laps and then you do the fucking, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, dude. So, am I all for the e-gaming stuff? Do I think it's cool that soldiers should have an opportunity of the younger generation? Fuck, why not?
I mean, if they're doing it anyway, like seriously, like how many soldiers do you know that when they get off work they go straight to Xbox, PlayStation, whatever? Like, why not make it competitive?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't really think that the whole thing with everyone saying, let's put it this way. Come on, you saw Forrest Gump. We had a goddamn ping pong team.
We did.
Shut the fuck up. You know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was, based on it. We had a ping pong team in the Army. So that's what's really funny is that these individuals representing the Army, big badass soldiers playing ping pong.
Right.
So
I mean, we have this soldier show. We have everything else.
Okay,
whoa,
you're overdoing it. Don't even say the fucking soul. That is an abomination.
I know.
That is an abomination.
But it's still there.
I could sing too.
Why can't we...
Yeah, I could sing old songs too by Sammy Davis Jr. And I could get on the fucking show too. I could go up and do stand-up comedy better than some of these guys, but then you look at them and they can't pass a fucking PT test. Even my old ass can pass the ACFT with no problems.
Right.
These guys are.
Every soldier should be able to pass the PT test.
But everyone's bitching about the new PT test. You know what I mean? That's what's funny. The kids that are complaining about the new ACFT are the same ones that are doing ACFT events at Tough Mudders.
This is bullshit, Berserk. Sorry, Major, this is fucked up. This new PT test, we can't be ready for that.
I just saw you fucking chugging a beer.
Well, maybe that's it. You should give them a beer before the ACFT, and then they can do it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's supposed to be exactly that. Yeah, exactly. You should have a profile. You know what? In their own profile, I'll be honest with you. The profile thing, I'll admit it. I've busted some appendages on my body that required me to be on profile. I couldn't perform my duties because I was, I'm fucked up. You dislocate your shoulder. You can't do soldier shit when you got a dislocated shoulder. That's normal. You fuck you, Bogue. Personal. Whatever. Shut up. Shut up. You're going to be that same guy that sits there and says, shut up, Pogue. That's going to be bitching about not getting your fucking 100% because you did not fucking log it down in the VA when you got out. So shut up. I don't want to hear it. Y'all fucking lock that shit up. Terry, pass some more vapes around. Fuck. But my whole point being is that, hey, don't knock it and see what happens. It's like a three-year gig or something like that. E-Army stuff. E-gaming. Fuck it. You never know. You never know. That might be the windfall the Army needs to get into this shit. Whoever came up with that's a genius. Matter of fact, fuck yeah, just do it. So I know that we have, we've talked about some shit with USAREC and had some stuff like that happen, but fucking.
We talked about USAREC before.
Well, I mean,
I missed that.
hold on. Hold. Your battle buddy was the last NCIC the Soldier Show. Yeah, dude, but the Soldier Show does not. Look, it's like this. If the Soldier Show had Dave Chappelle on it, then I'm cool. If Tech 9 was part of the Soldier Show, then yeah, I'm cool. You know what I mean? If you had Ice Cube up there and doing a reunion with fucking Dr. Dre, hey, fuck yeah, dude. This Soldier Show. Soldier Show is supposed to be entertaining the soldiers.
I've had 2 battles that went on the Soldier Show, and both of those girls could sing.
Yeah.
And but not everybody that's been on there has been like super talented.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. And what do you consider singing? Because there's somebody who thinks immediately that once you have a microphone in your hand and you can imitate. See, I can imitate people too, but it doesn't mean I'm a good singer. If I'm imitating a singer, it doesn't mean I can't sing. It just means that I can imitate the guy's voice. Because everybody likes making fun of Nickelback. So, you know what I mean?
Oh, I can sing like them.
Look
at this photograph.
Look at this photograph. If Nicholas Sparks was a fucking band, it'd be fucking Nickelback. You know what I mean? So, I don't fucking, yeah. Now, again, I'm not trying to sit there and diss everybody's performance and saying that the hard work that everybody done in the Soldier Show, and it is hard work to having to do all that stuff and understanding all that. But if we want to get back into the mindset of Warriors Wanted, Interjun the Man. No, there's no Warriors wanting there. How do you ruck with a tuba? My point being is that the events of e-gaming. Of course, I'm just throwing, other fields that we participate, that we indulge in the Army to have. The soldier show, the fucking, sports and stuff like that. The Army Marksmanship Unit. Things that we were like wondering, why is this even in the Army? Then, or this new fitness thing. There's a new thing about, it's like, I don't know what, you're supposed to be, all these guys are going to Kentucky or some shit to do this fitness thing, to try to do better PT tests or some shit like that, or compete in other events. Okay, fuck it. I would just use that as an example of not knocking it. See, the old guys like me, there's already my contemporaries going, no, fuck that. They don't need it.
Well, no, I think it's going to come down to, like I said, this friend of mine that went on the soldier show, she was extremely talented and everything, and she was not allowed to go twice because of mission requirements. And I think it's going to come down to the same thing with the esports that they're, calling, is that they're not going to give it the same, or units are not going to give it the same priority as they do like the all Army basketball team or anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Where they really do let the best of the best go.
Exactly.
No matter what.
Exactly. So you're going to have somebody who's like number one fucking Call of Duty gamer of the world who could possibly bring recruiters in. Why does it have to be softball? Why does it, like in Europe, if you've ever been stationed in Europe or Korea and you have softball tournaments within the command, they send fuckers TDY. The Air Force has whole fucking like kit ready for those guys to fucking do that shit.
Right. It is a big deal when it comes to sports, like that's actually physical. And they, I guess we have this mentality, well, not that they're off their ass and they're doing something that's physical, and it, it's okay to, send them TDY, pay for it even, okay, bye, go, you can do this. But, if they're going on, like I said, the soldier show, even though they're the best one to go, like, no, we can't let you go because you're mission essential. You're not. They could PCS tomorrow and you lose them anyway.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's the problem with the Army right now, is they don't have an accountability of who's in where they're supposed to be. We talked about this before, about manning and having issues with personnel. Like we used to have the caller coming on doing the fucking E4 Mafia Minute, and and he would talk about how even though he has individuals that are not on his crew, and he has different MTOs. So in other words, he has borrowed military manpower in his own unit. That's why I said if we ever do that big parade that D. Treasy wants to do, taps the mic, makes sure looks around, and we do a mass formation of units that are supposed to be where their personnel is supposed to be, I guarantee it, these large Army commands will not be able to foot the bill because the fact that they're borrowing manpower and keeping away from the units. So you have these one or two units. Now, I can guarantee it. We have a couple of BCTs in divisions right now that are sucking for their battalions because they can't even stand up all their companies within their battalion, within their formations. So, I mean, if I got that we want to do this e-gaming. I got that we want to have an increase of mark. Because right now all of a sudden the Army says, now we're going to open up our end strength again. I know of MOSs that have been sitting forever in a fucking day, having no cutoff scores and having kids RCP. That's why the Army released a letter for RCPs. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air. WTF Nation Radio, you're in the air. What's up?
It's Terry. What up?
What you doing, man?
Not much, man.
Staying out of trouble?
Huh?
I said, you staying out of trouble?
Who in trouble?
I was saying, are you staying out of trouble?
Oh, yeah, I'm staying out of trouble. I thought you said, am I still in trouble?
No.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, don't have these people thinking they can join the Air Force and just go play softball. Nah, dude, that's a permissive TDY that's going to come out your pocket.
But aren't you right, though? I mean, am I correct when I say that the Air Force is like that?
Yeah, there are lots of programs. There's horseback riding, all that good stuff, T-ball, whatever you want to do. Like, there's programs and stuff for you to do that. There's soccer teams and all that shit, but that's permissive TDY money that's going to come out your own pocket.
But you get a unit to support you, though, right? I mean, there's like so for instance, you're in it.
I mean, yeah, if your unit has the funds and they want to support you, they can. There's nothing saying that they can't. But you got to be in one of those units, those laid back paper job units that don't really do much.
Okay, so does that mean that the majority of, let's say this, the majority of for readiness, it's bad to do this, or is it good to do this? What do you think about it?
I mean,
what the hell you got in the background, man?
Turn your radio down.
What you got in your background, man? Is that clanging bottles back there? What you doing back there? You vaping?
I was cooking. I'm cooking.
you vaping, man?
Smoke detectors. No, I don't vape.
You burnt the meatloaf, Terry?
Terry, you burnt the fucking... What's up, bro? Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, it just depends on... It depends on the climate of your unit and all that good stuff. There's a lot of other factors that come into play with that stuff.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So you're saying... Go ahead, Spanky. Go ahead.
No, I understand that because even at unit level, we use TMP vehicles and stuff to get them around.
What'd you say?
I said we would use TMP vehicles to get our unit teams around, like in Korea, to like the other posts and stuff, and so the soldiers don't have to come out of pocket.
They're not gonna. I mean, they may supply you. It all depends. There are lots of factors that come into play, but I haven't seen a unit say, "Hey, we're gonna push for you to go do this. We're gonna pay for it. We're gonna give you a vehicle." I haven't seen that before. No.
Wow. But this is in Korea, but you're not in Korea though. I mean, you've seen the stateside.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happens in Korea.
See, why you adding about Korea? You don't know about Korea. I just asked you about Korea.
No, I thought you were saying here. I don't know shit about Korea.
Okay, so then you're but does the Air Force have anything like to where you are going to say, hey, look, we need to get some bodies in there, or the Air Force is the Air Force just laughing at the Army with this shit?
I mean, I don't think they're doing anything like you guys are. Like the biggest thing I've seen so far is they had airmen come up with these commercials, and whoever had the best commercial, they would recruit more people. Then they gave them some trip or some shit like that. But nothing to where, hey, you should come become an e-gamer for us or anything like that.
Yeah, but nobody's said anything about that. Nobody said, hey, that maybe we should follow suit, or you know what I mean. No one's approached it.
It'll probably come up soon because the Air Force, it's like y'all are the big brother. We're like the little copy. So someone sooner or later is going to say, "Hey, the Army's doing this and they're getting recruits, so let's do it too."
Yeah. That's too fucking funny. All right, man. Thanks for calling, brother. I appreciate you calling up.
All right, man.
All right. Peace out. Keep vaping. Oh man. So again, I'm not dissing anybody who had has issues with the game. I just wanted to see what the status of it was, because people like to say, oh well, this might be a good idea or this may not be a good idea or whatever. So I mean, yeah, I think it's a good thing personally to sergeants major, my contemporaries, my fellow sergeant majorings. And first sergeants, senior NCOs, have an open mind about this. See what's up. This might be this might be some good shit. I mean, that's just me. You know what I mean? If you're laughing at somebody e-gaming, but you're letting somebody go play to go try out for the soldier show, then you're a hypocrite. That's the way I see it. That's just me.
No, I agree. And I think I got called out because I talked about what happened in Korea, and supposedly what happens in Korea stays in Korea.
Oh yeah, you done.
It wasn't like I was talking about Juicy Girls or anything.
You didn't say anything about Juicy Girls. All you said was that it's fucking that's Korea, and right. That's it. So you really didn't have to fucking go too far into that to talk about it. Again, sergeants, keep an open mind. You may not know, or you may not know a gamer, and all of a sudden that individual probably recruited more people than a goddamn recruiting station than you can imagine. This pilot program that's going to happen, again, everyone's kind of like making fun of it. Everyone's kind of like talking shit. Everyone's like saying, oh yeah, we really, oh God, whatever. What are we going to do with this? And how come now soldiers are not going to pay attention to, whatever. I don't know. Try it. Don't knock it until you try it. I think it'll be fun. I mean, personally, I want to go check it out. Actually, I want an excuse to play Xbox.
Right?
I want to be.
I've been like slacking on my Xbox.
I was about to say, I just realized that I want to. I like to volunteer USEREC to be the sergeant major of the e-gaming guys. I'd like to participate and put my name in the hat, put my chevrons in the hat for sergeant majoring of the e-gaming. Because think about that. You go on fucking TDY and shit, and you're going to go... Could you imagine being a sergeant major of fucking esports?
Right? You might not even have to go nowhere. You could just sit on your couch like I'm TDY at home.
You could telecommute. You could lie and shit.
Right? Like, yeah, my gamer tag is the Spanky Girl or that Spanky Girl.
Yeah.
That Spanky Girl.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. Like,
Exactly.
You just got to find... Like, Yeah, sure, I'm TDY.
Yeah. Where you at? Well, I see you on Mixer. It says right. Well, because Mixer. So, okay. Yes, I'm
TDY.
Exactly. Why are you fucking? No, yes, I'm serious. The Army is creating an esports team within its ranks for games such as Overwatch, Fortnite, Player, PUBG, and League of Legends, all part of its recruiting efforts. This is not bullshitting. It's now accepting applications for active duty troops, reserves, and veterans to form teams that will compete in video game tournaments. In addition to the aforementioned games, the online application form with the esports program also lists Call of Duty, Tekken, sports franchises like FIFA, Madden, and NBA. Oh, wait, FIFA and Madden? Shit. Oh, some racing games. The decision to create an esports team comes after the Army's failure, I can't believe they admitted to this, failure to meet its recruitment target for fiscal year FY 2018 and plans to use, other stuff. I guess plans to use lasers and drones and Terminator guns were impressive enough, so they decided to fucking do some gaming stuff. So the initial target of 80,000 recruits was lowered down to 76,000. See, it's really cool to say that you're going to meet your goal when you lower the goal. And the highest number since 2010. But it still missed the Army's recruiting target for the first time since 2005. So the plan for the sports and esports initiative was to use video games to further the Army brand. So at a recruiting station, Staff Sergeant Ryan Mew, in an interview for a recruiting station in Slidell, Louisiana. Ooh, lovely Slidell. I've been to Slidell before. I love Slidell. Slidell's awesome. Out in the middle of nowhere along the Pearl River, and you can watch the Stennis Space Center blast rockets tests and all that shit. But anyways, the program will kicked off last month. And with the internal Tekken 7 and the winners representing the Army at PAX South in January this year. The program will eventually look to roll out an esports trailer, which will travel to college campuses around the U.S. The esports teams are representing different colleges and will use the vehicle to remotely compete against the Army's teams in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, center of the fucking universe. Fort Bragg, North Carolina. That's what I'm talking about. Get a plane ticket. So they want to represent the Army in a competitive esports, believing that this will help address the growing disconnect with society, particularly with young people. And the Army Recruiting Command spokeswoman Kelly Bland. Yeah, we know who she is. We know the BAO for USEREC. You don't have to add that name to us. We know who she is. Hello there, USEREC. The initiative looks to make soldiers more visible and relatable, especially since the traditional recruiting techniques, such as phone calls, are growing less effective. No shit. No, there's reasons why the U.S. I was told that if I'm going to be talking about USEREC for a good thing, then I will continue my USERECing of the good thing. Esports has slowly crept into the mainstream with the Overwatch League of one of the better examples. Blizzard and Disney announced earlier this year that the Overwatch League matches will be broadcasted on ESPN, ESPN2, ABC, and Disney XD. So the Army is going to infiltrate the Disney Channel. So while Baby Ice is watching Teen Titans Go and watching, Star Wars Rebels and all his other favorite little cartoons that he likes to watch, they'll be the Army. Little fucking, all you're going to hear is buttons and shit. You ever hear when people are playing sticks and it's quiet and they got the headphones on? All you hear is the stick noise. So, anyways. What's the next? Oh. What's this? Oh, we got a comment in the Mixer chat. So no shit, my roommate and my battery medic both just got signed up for Esports League, and too bad they didn't implement this before. See, well, congrats. Oh, thanks for joining us, Light Mark. Appreciate you guys in the Mixer chat giving us some love. Thank you so much for the love in there. Always looking forward to that. Yeah. And Jason, and I thought the 80-second chorus was gay, unquote. I don't want to get bounced by Mixer because of that. Ice, you are now in violation of the Mixer standard and policies of use for saying the word.
That's two of those words you said tonight.
I was using them. No, exactly. What about Space Force shit? Exactly. Space Force. Space Force. What is up with Space Force? Yeah. I want some Space Force action. You know what? By the time the Space Force is going to be created, I'll be done fucking retired. And I won't be able to do space shit.
Right? Like, I want one of those cool astronaut helmets.
Oh, God.
Man, I mean, nobody's talking about that anymore. Like, what happened? You know?
Yeah. You noticed that fizzled out like a fart, right?
No, because we went from there to the fucking wall, and, you know, Maddox retiring, and, yeah, so we all forgot about the fucking Space Force. God damn it. Futures Command, that was what it was.
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
to check if there's some job openings down in Austin.
That's right, William. We are. You didn't know about this? We are a multi-streaming platforms that we have. We have Facebook Live on U.S. Army WTF Moments, which is the chat you're in right now, or the WTF Nation Radio Facebook page. We are also on TuneIn. You can download all our fucking podcasts on Google Play or iTunes. For current live streaming right now, what you're hearing, you can actually go on Mixer, go on to WTF Nation, look for WTF Nation Radio, follow us, and you'll get notified when we come on there. We just clicked that up, so it is uninterrupted. It is like almost real time, faster than light for technology. That if you listen to us on Mixer, you are actually hearing the broadcast at least a few minutes earlier. So when everyone's laughing on Mixer and getting the joke and putting it in the So in other words, if you're listening on Mixer, you're going to get almost real-time broadcast. Literally going to get almost real-time, faster than live broadcast. And as you would put it in Facebook Live, then there's going to be a delay. So if you see some people laughing and joking around in the chats, that means they're hearing it first on Mixer. So yes, we do have a Mixer fucking chat. And of course, if you own, if you got, you can download the app, you can listen on your phone, or if you are listening, if you have an Xbox, you can sit down and every Xbox One comes downloadable with Xbox Live on the chat on Mixer, so that way you could broadcast and stream yourself, or you could go on the same thing, just like we just told you right now, on your fucking computer or laptop, and you can listen to WTF Nation Radio through your surround sound, through your TV in stereo surround sound quality, stereo. With HDMI 5.1. There. See? There you go. Yeah, we got one. We got one, son. I thought Mixer was... Oh, there we go. No, William, it's not. Mixer isn't actually just a multi-platform for anything. I will, as a matter of fact, let me pull up a chair here and I'll just go ahead and just give you let me take my hat off and I'll just give you the one-on-one right now, William. William, many channels are on Mixer. You can actually be diverse and listening to a web radio show, which is what we are considered. Or you can listen or watch people stream on air. My kids like to watch that shit too. They like to watch people play video games and people who are doing that shit, just like Discord or Twitch. People pay them to play video games, and then they follow and they play games and all that stuff. They donate and all this other shit. So, Mixer's not just a gaming streaming platform. It is a multimedia and a plethora of entertainment online. But they do. I'm not saying we tried, but they do look at porn. They will kick you off for porn. If you were reported for anything that is considered along the standards, non-standards of whatever, like I'm quoting of individuals for saying slurs that could be disrespectful to the platform individuals that are in that gaming streaming service. But yeah, so it's not just gaming itself. It's also you can host web shows and stuff like that, and then you can share it and you can host this yourself. So there you go. There you go. There you go. Well, you are here, Jake. I confused.
He's on his rocking chair with his pipe.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but a long time ago, there was this gaming system called Mixer, and I used to play that when I was a host on WTF Nation Radio. Now that I got me a lovely nurse now taking care of me that I'm old and decrepit. She helps me out, but she goes, look, here's a game that you want to play. You want to look at one of your old shows on Mixer. I think I will. So yeah, I'm sitting in my rocking chair with my pipe, getting my sponge bath and shit, telling the story about about Mixer. Thanks.
There's ice rant and there's ice story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Bailey, I don't use it. If they don't allow porn, then I have no use for it. Well, okay. and they're another satisfied customer.
There's XNXX for that?
Exactly.
Oh, wait, I didn't know that.
No, we did not know that. We're not. Yep. You found your X company on there? Yeah, cool. Shit, man. Good, yeah. No problem. Of course, John. That's what we're here for, man. We're here to hang out and shoot the shit. Anyways, so don't diss the e-gaming stuff. I mean, if the Army is actually looking into doing the e-gaming stuff and they want to try it, fuck yeah, let them try it. See what happens. It's better than a ping pong game, you know. Congratulations, Forrest. You're now out of the Army. I need to log out of my mixer chat. Thank you. But fucking love you guys.
I know, we fuck on USREC all the time, but, that's a whole new world of, like, they can find all these youngins that, not all of them are fat and Cheeto filled.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Cheeto filled individuals and stuff like that, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm not talking about the ones that are already in the Army, but the ones that they're going to connect with while they're online gaming.
Yeah, exactly. I don't look, I game. I mean, when I was gaming, back in, WWNOM, we had different types of video games. So now gaming, it's like I kick my kids off the Xbox sometimes because there's some games out there that are so fucking fun to play now that I wish I had when I was a kid. And Grand Theft Auto or whatever. What game can you not just go and jump in a fucking jet or car or helicopter and just start fucking people up in traffic? Because you can't do it in real life. I mean, you can, but you'll go to jail.
Oh, me and my bazooka.
But again, I just think it's funny how everybody was like, how do I say this? Everyone's already quick to diss it, and there are people of my rank, of the ranks that I've held, first sergeant major, of that rank that really diss it. They were like, oh well, fuck that, that's fucking bullshit, blah blah blah. Okay, so what's your idea? Well, I just think the soldiers should be. What is your idea? No, but what is your idea? See what happens. I guarantee it. If they're, you know what? I guarantee this will change the face of USREC if this is more successful than any other techniques that they've ever used.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm like, you're the exception to the rule, but senior NCOs, and I'll even say it, the older generation that's in the Army is just like, okay, so most of them don't play video games or don't sit on Xbox. Their kids do. Who are you trying to recruit? The people that are a little bit older than your kids, in most cases, or, and on all honesty, most of the people that are, sergeant majors or, senior officers, the ones that are like, I don't think this is a good idea. The ones that are playing it are exactly who you're trying to get in.
Yeah, exactly.
So shut the fuck up. Let it, if it fails, it fails. I don't think it will, but you're like, why do you not think it's a good idea? And they can't fucking probably say why.
Oh, thanks.
Except for the exact reason why I said before, exactly why they support things like all Army basketball or, things like that, because they, it's physical and they can see soldiers out there fucking running around, which is exactly why they have the same PT test for 30, 40, 50 fucking years.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's funny is that, again, if the soldiers are complaining about doing the ACFT, about the standards and there's an issue with it, then look, I'm here to tell you right now, as an Army enthusiast, I love the Army. I'm sorry. There's just things about the Army that, you put forth the effort and the requirements that you have to do while you're in the Army to do Army-ing things, to do Army shit. So if you're going to disrespect the way the Army is doing something to improve your physical fitness, because people were talking shit about the PT test before, how it's not the right PT test. You can't measure the 2 mile, shut up, Pogue. You can't do, anybody can do push-up, sit-ups, and 2 mile run. Shut up, Pogue. Okay, then guess what? You're going to get your fucking, you're going to get your new ACFT shit going on, and now you're going to do the exercises that are meant for combat. They're just easy. It just solves the fucking problem. I can fight you on it on a PT track with all the events, and you'll guarantee it. Like I said, There's units now that are doing the ACFT events for PT. I mean, I did it, and it's fun. Like I said, if you're gonna go out, if I'm gonna wake up at dark 30 to go do fucking PT, I better get a workout in. I better get some, you know what I mean? I gotta get some old man gains. You know what I mean? I need some gains. So, but then again, think about it, troops. Think about this right now. Now, all of you have an excuse to go to the gym. And sergeants major and first sergeants, you guys are going to have to realize that in order for us to conduct the ACFT, there are going to be some tasks that require gym equipment. So that means gym equipment are going to be required to be used in a gym. I never understood leaders like that. You can't go to the gym. Yeah, but the guy can, like, you know, why?
Why not? It's cold. I want to go to the gym.
Exactly. Well, I mean, if you're looking at, if there's a first sergeant that's not letting soldiers go to the fucking gym and he's fat, he's a fat first sergeant, or he needs some fucking meat on his bones, and then shut up, dude. You're part of the problem why your soldiers don't want to be in your unit. You know what I mean? Maybe it's you type of shit. Does that make sense? I do not. I've opened my eyes a little bit. Was I kind of like worried about maybe this is gonna fucking hurt people and shit like that? Yeah, probably. It's gonna get some individuals fucking that need to get some PT in anyways, and it might hurt them. It could hurt them or something like that. But if you do the shit right, if you do the exercises right, if all the fucking know-it-alls, because you notice everyone likes to fucking sharpshoot everything, so all you fucking know-it-alls to do the event, to do the PT test for the ACFT, and that's the event that you think you know you're good at, then step the fuck up, come up to my formation, and show me how to do it the right way. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Or off the rock you go. Well, I mean, I understand that, you're dude, I'm old, okay? Rocks clown me on my age, so I don't want to hear it. But anyways, I mean, I don't want to fucking go off on a rant, but I'm just saying, we went from fucking the esports shit and all this other stuff. So I just think it's fucking fun.
But I completely understand, because I was always the one, like when it came time for me to make, my PT calendar, putting, we weren't running more than twice a week for a while, because, for the longest time, I was the one that ran 5 miles a fucking day. And, when I got these x-rays back, this is what happens when you run 5 miles a day. There are other cardio exercises out there. So I started incorporating different types of cardio into, my PT program. And some of them fucking hated it. And then they realized, hey, I'm still fucking smoking my PT test. But,
yeah, exactly. I mean, again, there's shut up, whatever. Look, if there's somebody that can fucking, now don't get me wrong. If you're all about doing just PT and your unit fucking sucks at training, your unit sucks at morale, and your unit sucks at simple fucking army tasks, then maybe you need to slow down, slowly roll on fucking just doing nothing but CrossFit. There are individuals that all they focus on is just getting the CrossFit gains and all that stuff and looking good, and then that's it. So that's what I'm just saying that there's got to be a balance too. You know what I mean? That's just me though. That's just
it's not about looking good on paper too. I understand that. But
some of them are. Yeah, some of them are. Some of them are like that.
I don't give a shit if there's yellow on my slides, Sergeant Major. I will go home tonight after you chew my ass because there's some yellow on my slides.
Exactly, but you know what? I can pass my PT test, fat ass. Let's do it. Let's jump on the tape. You know what I mean?
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Come on, Sergeant Major. That's one thing no one can ever say about me. Oh, let's go. You want to go for a run somewhere? Let's go. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, never mind.
Right?
I didn't expect old people to, sorry, shit. But at any rate, yeah. So again, don't knock it until you try it. I think this will be a good thing. The e-gaming stuff is a good thing. We're gathering recruits. So now we're gonna take a break right quick, and after the break, I'm gonna display to you the flip side of the e-gaming. So I'll talk about another method of recruitment that everyone's like loving, but like kind of complaining, and there's already complaints about it. So real quick, we'll take a real quick break, and get some shouts in, and then yeah. So see you in a sec. Yeah, I'll do the damn disclaimer. Okay, shit. Well, we'll get shut down by Facebook. Okay, yeah, bye-bye. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and take a break, and then we'll be right back. Shots.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Hey, Private Schmedlap, what do you think about this? You have to go to the White House to find out about that.
I found blow me away. Van Allen right around, pushing through. Skin is brown, Nature has us trapped in fear, so I get lost in sound. I wonder if you'll ever know why I am the way I am. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life and it's never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? Constellation theme, mapping stars they're meant to be. Geminis are free of suicidal kings. This misty maze of me, so obvious yet never seen. Feeling though the fog will lift to find me lost at sea. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life and it's never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? Myself and I am so lost in miracle, far away from life. But I want you to know, feeling to be mine. Oh, I just don't get it. When will your heart beat with my mind? I've been thinking a lot. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life and it's never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me?
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
This is WTF Nation Radio.
I look around this room and I see nothing but untapped potential.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
You have potential. You have. Oh boy.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
And I'm back with Spanky, man of the guns, hanging out, bringing you the third hour, WTF Nation Radio.
All right.
I'm sorry, what's up? What was that?
Oh, no, it was a girl. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. What's going on? Oh, what happened?
Oh, no. She just brought me my drink.
Oh, man. I wasn't a drink. Wasn't a drink. Anyways. Yes, that was Tim Kennedy. He did come on the show and he decided to do a chop for us. That was a very drunken show. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Okay. The next song. the next topic we're gonna discuss. Okay, now we given you guys the I don't. Well, fuck it. I'm just going to fucking say it. So there are some individuals that are recruiting, that have recruiting issues as well. Our allies across the pond, the Limace, are you going to talk about this today? Yes, I am going to talk about our UK partners. We do have fans and we do have listenership in the UK as well. I fucking, how do I say this? I appreciate our UK allies for their methods. Their methods of, how do I say, their methods of recruiting are a bit more, I guess we'd say they're more savage than ours. They're the ones that have like, okay, you know what? If we're going to say this, we're going to say that, then we're going to have recruiting as well. We're going to have our own recruiters. So breaking today, through a bunch of controversy, they decided to fucking do their own campaign. And their pancake. I'm fucking craving fucking pancakes right now. I'm sorry. I'm really can't. Anyways,
all right, I'm getting on my way to the kitchen.
Get on to the kitchen. Let's get them shits going with some bacon. But anyways, if you look at if you gauge your eyes upon the screen, there all of our, they have a phone zombies, selfie addicts, me millennials. They literally are calling out individuals, and this is the British military for the British Army. It is pretty cool that they have decided to use a different method. And what's awesome is that they are literally some of the things that we can't say that we're afraid to say in our Army recruiting circles. They're saying fuck it. I just think it's awesome. I can't fucking believe that everyone's liking this. Now, there is some controversy behind this, and everyone's saying that you're now attacking the generation that you're trying to recruit. These are some of the things that the military in the UK does not want. So do you think we should have the same? And do you think we should have the UK's method of seeking snowflakes? When they posted these ads, everyone over in Britain and all this other shit, everyone's going fucking nuts. Everyone's going crazy due to the fact that how could you say this? How could you target like that? So the they're even doing it on TV, digital, and print ads have been posted all over the fucking place. And the British Army unveiled its recruitment drive for this year, targeting the Generation Z phone zombies, snowflakes, and selfie addicts. The Your Army Needs You campaign is focused on how the Army sees beyond stereotypes to spot young potential recruits. As part of the push, a series of digital posters and print ads have been created by the Camerama Group to encourage 16 to 25-year-olds to sign up in the forces, based on an insight that 74% of people in that age bracket are looking for a job with purpose. The creative suggests that the attributes perceived as a weakness or a flaw in young people could be seen as a strength for Army recruiters, i.e., like the e-gaming. Hang on for a second. Well, actually, let me take a call because we're probably gonna be on there for a while. What's up, Stankus?
Hey, man, what is going on, man? I'm loving it.
Oh, well, I'm just loving this. You loving this? You loving this formation to behoove you on? You better behoove and caveat on this this time.
Well, okay. So first off, I may be coming at this, a little bit late because I think there's some issues going on with there may be some wonky stuff going on with the live feed. I'm just jumping in after your adulation of our compatriots across the pond there, seeking out new recruits from the millennial generation.
Yeah. I mean, I was about ready to. I was about to go on before you called. That's why. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Okay. Well, so just in answer to your question, you said, do you think we should do the same thing? I think on a serious note, because we all know I can be a serious ass hat, but in the meantime, on a serious note,
I think that for a certain percentage of potential recruits, that there's a mindset where the people are not necessarily satisfied with perhaps their own behavior. I say people, young people, aren't satisfied with their their behavior or where they're going in life. They in fact actually aren't just drinking the Kool-Aid for, I can get free college and hang out in the barracks and do what the hell I want and put on Master Sergeant in the span of 4 years, right? I mean, actual, genuine, realistic individuals, who are like, hey, I can do better, And so perhaps I say the lambasting or lampooning, these types of things, they're actually maybe reaching a core audience, which is like, you know what? Yeah, I am kind of jacked up and way too into my phone, maybe I am too much centered in me. So I mean, it could hit a core audience. Who knows? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that's what I just said before you called. But you stank this
lag.
Yeah, man, you lag. You stank this too. You stank this too early in the stanking for stanking us. So that means you got to let me finish the goddamn piece first.
Okay, well, mute me for the next 20 minutes, and eventually I'll catch up on the live feed. But in any case, yeah. So I just basically I wanted to say that okay, in that regard, after I would tend to agree with you again. So yeah, I but for people to be sensitive snowflakes about it, it's just lighten up, Francis.
All right, man.
Look, I'm not going to keep you long, man. I wanted to give a quick early call, but anyway, hope you're doing all right. Did I hear Spanky out there?
Yeah, she's in here, man. She's in here.
I heard her or not.
Hey, darling.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey. Yeah, okay. Hi, Spanky. All right. Keep him straight, and then we'll talk to you soon.
You know I
See
do.
you guys.
All right, man.
Thanks.
I know you will.
All right,
See
brother.
ya. Bye.
Have a good one. Anyways, we got stanked.
Stanked and spanked tonight.
And stanked and spanked. Hey. So, again, going back to what I was saying, that the creative suggests that the attributes perceived as weakness could be something as a strength with the Army recruiters. Again, e-gaming. The Army says it could use the compassion of snowflakes, the stamina of gamers, and the self-belief of the me millennials, and the confidence of selfie takers. Potential recruits are shown at work or home, and others calling out their stereotypes before the scene changes to depict them in the Army performing duties. That is, like assisting humanitarian missions or war-torn business. I'm not gonna play it because it's like British shit. I'm not recruiting for the British military. You can go ahead, Chad.
RAF.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, mate. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it, mate. Fuck off.
Here's your tea and crumpets.
Yeah, here's your tea and crumpets. It's time for Harry Potter to come on. Why is all the Star Wars movies starting to be like the fucking cast of Game of Thrones? But that's another question. As the heart of the campaign in the series, the Kitchener-style illustrations of the soldiers with stereotypes labeled beneath them, although they seek to subvert stereotypes, is what they're trying to say. That the UK Defence Minister Gavin Williamson described the campaign as a powerful call to action and then appeal to those seeking to make a difference, part of the innovative and inclusive team. It shows at a time that in the Army equips people with skills for life, but provides comradeship, adventure, and the opportunity like a job like no other, unquote, is what he said. An adventure and opportunity like a job, no, airborne to that. Fucking amen. Airborne. Do we have closed captioning? Actually, I can't believe I just fucking said that. Actually.
I'm trying to picture you bent over like SpongeBob saying it.
Actually, with speaking in multi-case fucking sentences. Actually.
Mm-hmm.
You got me fucked up. My point being is that if you're going to ride that type of recruitment campaign, I kind of like that. I kind of like the fact. I don't like the fact that saying being a snowflake could be the compassion of whatever. Because I guarantee it, there are some fucking. I mean, God, it is. There are so many groups out there within the veteran community, within the outrage community, that wouldn't allow this fucking thing to happen. You know what I mean? They'd flip the fuck out that this can't be. That's fucked up. You're disrespecting these individuals, and you're hurting their feelings and shit like that. Yeah, fucking Frost. I approve of the posters. I like the posters. I think the posters pretty cool. Good shit, right? It's a good. They're good.
And they all have fabulous eyebrows. Sorry, I know this.
Are they on fleek? Is that what you? Is that the terminology? Are they fleeking? Are they fleeking for you? Fleeking A?
Fleeking A, they are.
Yeah. Exactly. Is it true that the military is moving from retirement pay to 401ks? The military is trying to do the blended retirement system that you should.
Look at you.
Yeah, look at you. Yeah. Look
I
at
know.
me.
I was about to like send that message to you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at me. See, I'm in the zone, son. I'm in the zone. I have had nothing to drink tonight. I've had nothing but my off beverage that I have just to hydrate myself. I had my off beverage, and I just think that it's one of the dramas of I really don't. How do I say this? I really don't think that the Army thought about how the military retirement system was going to work. I really didn't think that they kind of thought it out, and they didn't push it out very well. So the blended retirement system of what happened was it's a whole it's a big thing. You were supposed to have gone into the blended retirement system by 1 January, or actually, you had the retirement pay and you had this open window of doing it. It is a guide. Look the way they first, the eligibility of it. The eligibility is different than somebody who has served in the military past a specific amount of time. So supposedly, it's supposed to be a modernized retirement plan that is available to eligible service members starting 1 January 2018. So the features of it is supposed to be like a defined monthly retirement for life for at least 20 years of service, and defined consisting of like a government automatic or matching contribution to the thrift savings plan. And of course a continuation pay or a new lump sum pay option. So the eligibility for it was that it depends on when you join the military. So if you join the military on or before 31 December 2017, you were grandfathered into the normal retirement stuff. If you are an active duty service member with fewer than 12 years of service as of 31 December 2017, or a member of the National Guard and a paid status has accrued that are fewer than, I think, 4,000 retirement points, I think a little bit above that, then you're grandfathered under the legacy retirement system, but you may opt in to get this blended retirement system. So if you've entered the service on or after January 1, 2018, you're automatically enrolled in the blended retirement system, and that's tough shit. That's it. That's how it's going to work. So because I joined and Spanky joined in the Army back in the 1800s, then that's what happens with our retirement system. You know what I mean? Do I need to cue in the Civil War music? My dearest Spanky, today I received my LES sent by dispatches from the battlefield.
Pigeon.
My pigeon.
My pigeon carrier.
Ulysses Grant has told me that I will not receive my allotment for this month. Anyways, so it depends on how you can figure out how it works, and then you need to make a decision before you opt in. Obviously, if you have those decisions before, it's likelihood that you're going to serve 20 years. And, of course, there's some other stuff that if you didn't serve long enough or whatever, or you will either get neither an annuity or through a saving plans account. It's a bunch of shit. So that if you think you're likely you're going to make 20 years, then you have to consider how many years of contributions or receiving service contributions will you have before retirement. Is it likely of these contributions and their earnings, along with any of the benefits that you might get from a continuation pay or a lump sum, that will ultimately, of course, outweigh the amount that you'd give up for the reduced monthly annuity. And then the risk for it would be, you have to ask yourself, what would be the tolerance for risk? Are you willing to follow a long-term strategy with potential substantial earnings, supposedly, in it? That wasn't really broadcasted out to the Army very well when out in the force when it came to do it. So when people were like, hey, you want to opt into the, do you want to opt into it? Then, no. Okay, hang on. Fuck, I need you to ask me. Yes, my retirement is paid in mules, ale, actually whiskey, and war bonds. No, property and some entertainment for my saloons.
Oh wait, yeah, the saloon entertainment.
The saloon entertainment, yes, of course. So okay, stop. Let me get to the lump sum portion first. The lump sum portion of the option, yes, which is part of it, is what the choice of which you have under the retirement. So you're eligible to either elect a 25% or a 50% discounted portion of your monthly retired pay as a lump sum in exchange for a reduced monthly retired pay. So the monthly retired pay returns to the full amount when you reach your fucking full Social Security retirement age. For some, it's fucking 67. The reason why I say some is because depending on how you're whatever, and depends on, whatever. So the regular retirement and typical active duty, fucking you get your, whatever. A non-regular retirement has a different bracket and all that sort of shit. So the decision not to elect a lump retirement is entirely specifically up to you. So if you don't choose a lump sum option, you will receive your full retired pay upon eligibility. If you do not opt for the lump sum, then you'll decide if you want a 25% or 50% percent of your future retirement services at retirement. So again, it's one of those fucking things that wasn't really explained that way. Well, let me take this back. You can have a choice to opt in or not, and or if you're used to sticking with the old school method of retirement, then then you're kind of like sticking with it. But you had an opportunity.
No.
Go ahead.
No, seriously. Like, a lot of those plans are not a bad idea. It's just you need a degree in finance to figure out which is best for you.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. They're not showing that exactly. They're not showing that. I think when they did the rollout on there, and Sarmy the Army Daily was sitting discussing about the plan of how to do it. I don't think they looked at who, you know what I mean. I think
who their target audience was. The young soldiers that can make this choice that may be looking at a long-term career in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they weren't looking at me and you that may know a little bit more about this, but it was like really too late for us to make this switch because we can't invest enough in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or put any, I guess, how do I say this? You can't really know what you're laying out on your retirement plan without somebody laying the scale or laying the graph of this is how much you're going to take or this is how much it's not going to do it. So that wasn't explained very well.
No, it wasn't. And like I said, if you're only a couple of years out from retirement, no, it's not going to pay to switch. But if you're just coming in and you think you're going to make a career out of this, yeah, that's probably better choices than just taking, that, 50% of your base pay. Because it's really not a lot.
No, it's not. I mean, really, you're not really starting to make a lot until you go past, everyone's like, oh, I'm 20 to go out. I always tell people to go at least 20, 22 or 24. Don't retire on an even number. And if you want to go at least over 20, go over 20. That's always the safe window for that. But yeah, whatever works for you. I can't give you straight advice on that blended retirement system unless it's got to be specific to you. You know what I mean? There's other considerations with it as well. Is that the lump sum is considered an earned income. So depending on how much the money is, it could push you into a higher tax bracket.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Still be deducted from your remaining monthly retired pay should you elect a lump sum. And then, if you expect to receive a disability rating from the VA, depending on your rating, the disability compensation could be an offset. You get that fucking, the VA.
Again, there's so many unknowns when you have to make the decision.
Exactly. I'm just, I just, the way I see it, I kind of think that this system should have been rolled out a little bit more, and they should have had like case studies, like, let's pretend ICE is retiring out of the military and he's got this. And let's pretend, Spanky is retiring at this. And let's pretend that Kaz is retiring out that. So they should have 3 different individuals with 3 different types of things. This is what happened when Soldier A does. Any little thing that would have helped in the rollout, because I think the rollout sucked. I just heard about it. And what finance did to fucking, I shouldn't say that. I'll just say this. Finance, what they did was when you went into MyPay and you logged in with your CAC and you logged in with whatever, and the first thing you open up on the main dashboard, you have the OK, signed to the user agreement, you click OK, and immediately what's the top thing, what is the top line on top of the center box on MyPay? It's automatic. Everybody knows it's the LES. Well, what people were doing was, what finance did is they put the link on top of the LES. So first thing you did, because I almost caught myself doing it, you clicked that, and the next thing you know, you saw I looked at them like, what's this new link? And I'm like, whoa, I was about ready to click on it. Would you wish to opt in on the blended retirement system? Fuck no. You know what I mean? Because I have my case is different. But I'm just like, shit. You don't freaking, you don't really freaking, how do I say this? You don't spoof soldiers into enrolling into a system that you're having difficulty with people enrolling. Hey, we're having problems. It's like we're having problems with recruitment, so we're going to fool people and join the military. You know what I mean? It was almost like they were doing that. I don't want to say they were. I'm not accusing finance. Maybe it was a link placement mistake because the finance system was kind of quirky. So
always has been.
Yeah, so it's kind of quirky.
Most military systems are,
Yeah, they're antiquated. And there's some legacy systems that are hard to put on a web-based system. But I opened it up and I saw. Join the blended retirement. Whoa, hang on there, Tex. I just want to look at my LES. I just need to know how many baby mamas I got going on. You know what I mean? I want to make sure all the child supports and, all my extra, because I got to diversify my bonds with fucking Wu-Tang investments. I got to make sure.
Make sure everybody's getting the amount of money they need to get.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it's up to you, nation, how you want to do it. I don't want to sit there and advocate for either or tell people that they're fucked up for not getting or not doing it, but hey, whatever. Or you can do that. There's some people make it past years exactly on time. Most people don't see it, but yeah, exactly, Jake. That's what recruiters been doing. They've been fooling you to join the military in a long time. Or you could take that money and put it in an aggressive mutual fund, starting off at $200 per paycheck, starting as a private, and then by the time you get that and you reinvest those dividends into that, then you can go ahead and diversify with another, higher interest, higher yield interest CD to get that squared away. That's how I was able to afford all my divorces that way, by reinvestments and diversifying the bonds. The Roth IRA, I mean, again, it's all what you put in there, but you have to maintain the annuity inside of it, or the monthly payment inside of it, to get, so that when you finally draw it out, you're not going to get fucking penalized for it. So you got to be real careful when you start doing the investment stuff, because then it'll look like you're trying to do day trading on a mutual fund. So you got to watch out for that. So yeah, you have to start small. If you're Joe Private, I'm telling you right now, if you're a specialist and below, look for either, Prudential, or look for Merrill Lynch or whatever, and just talk to a broker and say, hey, I just want to throw $75 a month into a fucking bond, or a mutual fund, and I want it semi-aggressive or aggressive. And then you just kick it off that way. And then by the time you become, every time you get promoted, kick in another extra $50, and just pretend that's not money that doesn't exist. And then by the time you hit WW-NOM of age like myself, and you'll have 3 decades of service, then you'll see, oh well, then I have something to to pay off some whatever, or I'll have money to retire on comfortably. If you decide to do that. So there's plenty of fucking options when it comes to that. I just think when they mess with a retirement system, it's almost like why fix it if it ain't broke. And I think what they're doing is that they're looking at that as a like you're right in the chats. The chat say they're using that as a cost cutting measures, because they know that soldiers aren't going to last that long in the military, so it's saving them fucking money. That's just the way I see it too. Yeah, exactly. Sticky keys. But anyways, so that was the question. I hope I answered the best I could on the blended retirement system. So going back to what I was saying about the millennial stuff, I think we beat that dead horse. Have we behooved each other on that dead horse? On that.
Did you just really say that word?
I was being sarcastic, of course. I was using, of course, a whole 100% sarcasm, zest, and hyperbole to discuss behooving and caveat of, or to caveat of what Spanky said of that. Wait, was there another story that I had ready to queue up? Oh, okay, yeah. Real quick. So currently we have individuals. Real quick, there's a discussion right now to pull out. Pull out. You said pull out. To pull out of Syria and Iraq immediately after the visit of D. Treasy. And hang on. Okay, so when D. Treasy visited Iraq, immediately the panel of Okay, hang on. I got some breaking news. Dang, man. Oh, what is this breaking news? Shit.
Dun-dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Ladies and gentlemen, hang on. Oh, actually. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa. Well, we're trying to avoid politics as much as we can, guys. But, of course, if you keep bringing politics into this, yes, this is part of our plan. We didn't want to talk about politics. So today, I get breaking news that the Democrats have introduced a bill to eliminate the Electoral College. Representative Steve Cohen, a Democrat out of Tennessee, introduced two bills today. One to eliminate the Electoral College, and the other to prohibit presidents from pardoning themselves and their family members. Wow. Introduced two constitutional amendments today on the opening day of Congress. The first would for the direct election. Let me say that again. For the direct election of the president and the vice president of the United States. The second would limit the presidential pardoning power by prohibiting presidents from pardoning themselves. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Damn. I wanted to end the night off with some fucking cheering and happing and laughing it up and all this other shit, and I got some of this breaking news. Sorry, but I didn't mean to get fucking yeah. Wow. That's fucking unreal. Yep, so there you go. There you go, guys. There you goes. The removal of the Electoral College. Yeah. That's what they introduced the bills today. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to Sarn's time. Welcome to Sarn's time. Yeah.
Fuck everybody except for the big cities.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody now, so you out on the farm, you got to go to the city to vote because that's the only way you could vote. What the fuck, man? God. Holy shit. I can't believe... is this for real? Is this a real fucking article? Am I just going off of real shit? Has this been sourced? Is the Daily Wire...
I don't know. Are we reading double blog?
I was about to say, is this for real? I mean, is the Daily Wire a sourced news? I mean, is this... Hang on. Let me see what's up with this shit. Let me look at this. Okay, let me see. I just double check, man, because I don't know. I don't want to get spoofed and get, I don't want to get stanked. No, actually, that is correct. According to the Steve Cohen's fucking congressional page, introduced the bill, correct, reporting from his press office that would eliminate the Electoral College and limit presidential pardon power, especially to their families. Do you know what he's doing, right? This is a fucking setup. See, now, after I just bashed fucking D. Treasy about fucking what he was doing with Mattis, now... See how the nation works, man? Now I got to flip back forth and tell this dude to shut the fuck up. In two presidential elections since 2000, the most two recent ones in which Hillary Clinton won 2.8 million more votes than her appointment, but the winner was a popular vote, did not win the election because of the distorting effect of the outdated Electoral College. Outdated. Think about that, nation. When someone uses the term like outdated Electoral College, that means they'll start using terms like outdated Constitution and outdated rights, the outdated First Amendment, the outdated Second Amendment, the outdated Fourth Amendment, the outdated... Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hope Jay Reddy fucking just slams these fucking guys on fucking Saturday on fucking tinfoil times. It's straight. Matter of fact, I might even join him for a fucking another Constitution class. The last time we had a Constitution class, we were fucking getting hounded by the media because we were diming out fucking people and shit. We went through the entire Constitution, had a class on it. Not really a class, but a discussion on all the amendments. We really want to do this. You really want to do it. See now? Thought I was going to have a nice weekend. Thought I was going to chill. Am
I still allowed to vote, though?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
So it doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter. God, man. This is so fucking... Oh, man. I'm fucking pissed. I am pissed. Unreal.
No, I understand. I do.
Unreal.
There's all these people that say that the Constitution is an evolving document, and there are some of us that are like,
correct.
It's written in stone.
Correct. Correct. But the whole thing about the Constitution, the way it's supposed to be written, you're supposed to have a constitutional convention to have it. So if you're changing the electoral college, you have to have, it's hard to, it's been hard to, I don't know. You can't remove something from the Constitution without having a constitutional. It's the body represented. I mean, the whole term is a body of people representing the states of the U.S. that formally casts for the election of the president and vice president. Sorry, you don't like it. Tough shit. It is a body of electors established by the Constitution. Period.
And the whole reason for that is exactly what's going on now. It's like, you have blocks of voters going to like the bigger cities. And I see it here in Texas specifically. I think I got that pronounced right. Not the ocean. But no, you see it here. Like Texas is still a red state. And I'm not saying which way I vote, one way or another.
Yeah.
But you see it here. Texas is a very red state. With the whole Beto thing, Beto, however you want to say it, trying to like oust Ted Cruz and having all this outside money and support coming in, to support him. I have no problem with, someone that's up and coming, try to oust the senator. That's what, our votes go to. But it came very close, and that had never happened before. But that's exactly what's happening.
I got a question inside the Mixer chat. I'm going to get to you guys in a minute, real quick.
Okay.
Let me just cover this right quick. But go ahead, Spanky. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but that's exactly what's happening. It's like, okay, so if you, people are moving to Texas for low taxes, low property values, not low property values, but realistic property values and everything else. But then they want to, like, Texas is founded on all this, like, everybody, takes care of themselves and does this, and, we like our guns and we like red meat. But then they, bring all these ideas, and like the big cities are, no other way to put this, turning blue. And hey, you guys want to do all these kind of things, they're fine. But the state still votes red. But you're seeing this like influx of all these, I hate using the word liberal and conservative because that just seems so biased to me. Like, everybody can think the way they want to. And then all this outside money comes in, to support candidates when they don't have anything to do with the state. And that's what's happening here in this state. And that's the only part that disgusts me. It's like, hey, if some young guy wants to vote or come in and run against, like, I hate the whole cronyism that goes on in the state too. So, but fuck, like, get the fuck out. You're not even here and you're going to support this candidate. That's the part that like bothers me. And I know this is starting time and I'm going off on this tangent about it.
Well,
I know this happens in all these other big
states.
it
just makes me mad that
starting to have an air.
Yeah, it just makes me mad because everyone it's established by the Constitution straight up. I mean, there's no change about it.
Happen to all these farmers and everybody else.
Exactly.
That is in a county with like 8 people.
Yeah,
and it will have no representation.
Exactly. And so the way it's supposed to happen is it was for the reason for that already to begin with. So you're gonna have to change some shit in the Constitution to do it. I mean, it's just fucking stupid. You try to do that. And you try to fuck around and dick around with this shit just because you got butt hurt. Because then what's gonna happen is that you're gonna upend a different base. And now, if you are trying to upend the Electoral College, and that just tells me already you already have intent on defrauding the election just because you don't like the guy that's in it. Yeah, that's the way it looks like it. I mean, anyways. Anywho, okay, so we got a quick question in the Mixer chat. I'll get back to you. You wanted to know what our opinions are that ISIS is defeated, and is it dangerous fake news or is it semi-legit? Let's put it this way. We were supposed to have routed out the Taliban, and we were supposed to destabilize the Taliban and rout out Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan in 2001, October 7th. We're still there. So if we say ISIS is defeated, we're not really talking about, we may be talking about the bodies of ISIS. We might be talking about the number of troops of ISIS. If you want to talk about the physical manning, I guess you would say, of the organization, because it's a fragmented. All those types of networks are defragged and whatever. They aren't really connected except for certain areas. They don't. It's an ideology. You know what I mean? So if you're talking about the talk of wiping out ISIS as far as numbers go, then it's not really fake news. It's not really because, as being in myself, I already know that yes, we've decimated that, all that shit in Iraq and in Syria. So I kind of get when you say ISIS, you know what I mean? When we hear the media or we hear the Defense Department, we see the president saying, hey, we defeated ISIS or whatever. On a scale of actual tangible numbers, yes, I could say we've defeated them by that. But its ideology and its influence, it's not defeated. You can't wipe out the ideology about that shit. It's almost like it's almost like the way everyone's getting drama over a goddamn cake being made for a specific group. It's being forced upon. There's a lot of stuff in the ideology. I'm not trying to compare that group to ISIS, but I'm just saying an ideology in itself can't be wiped out. The thought process of somebody being in that type of, like for instance, I believe in mom and apple pie, army and USA. Okay, that's an ideology. That's pretty much an ideology. Hard to define. The same thing with ISIS is having a apocalyptic destructive method of their version of Islam. Their version of Islam. That's just their method of doing it. You're not going to wipe it out. There's also going to be individuals that were being called up onto there to fight in the holy war that didn't quite work out. And then their method is, well, we're always going to be watching. There's always going to be a holy war. We're all going to be careful. So we're just going to retrograde back, and we're going to hide, and then we're going to get them when we get them, and then we're going to rent a truck and run them down in a goddamn in a Christmas festival or something like that. So for something like that, it's hard to say you have defeated the ideology. The organization of bodies itself, of course, you could say that, but then like you're saying, you've already asked that question about narrative. It does appear like it's fake news or semi-legit because you're not hearing about them anymore. I mean, they're not doing their fucking big ass Hollywood videos and shit anymore like they used to. So that means we've already removed some of their messaging efforts on that. Really hard to say. I don't. When we say we defeated ISIS, me personally as ICE, because I know the main page is already throwing more fucking comments about me probably. I think the admins, man, you guys gotta leave me alone. I'm just offering my own opinion. Everything stated on the WTF Nation Radio is the opinion of the person that said it. And a unicorn would be raped. So my own personal thing is, no, it's not defeated in a ideological sense. It's defeated on a physical sense. So I can't really give you a direct answer on something that complex. I know, Spanky, you could probably think the same thing too.
Right, we probably cut off some of their infrastructure that they had at one point, which is probably why you don't see the videos or anything else like that anymore. But no, I do believe that the same thing. You can't defeat ideology. I guess if I would turn the tables, if they took out one brigade, they're still America. They're still apple pie. They're still saluting the flag. We're still singing Star Spangled Banner. There's still an entire country of us that, God bless America every day, or, saying the Pledge of Allegiance in schools.
Yeah.
So they haven't, gotten rid of our patriotism that we have as Americans. So
well, and that really pisses me off is when people call what I always bring up to say, people used to call patriotism, now they're calling it nationalism. I hate that term. I hate that term nationalism. Nobody likes to say patriotism anymore. It's bullshit. We are fucking patriots when we support our own country. We support our country. Guess what? You're a patriot. You like waving the American flag and say, go USA, USA, USA. When the Olympics are happening, or when you're watching an American team, are you going for the Russians? Are you well, I mean, I don't want to start.
Oh yeah, on the 4th of July, I like to make a cake with blueberries and raspberries. And
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, everyone's wearing American flag stuff, waving little flags and stuff like that. America, yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. But to sit there and say that it's completely defeated, that's a good question to ask. Like I said, knowing the battlefield stuff, the actual, like Spanky was saying, all the other stuff too, of the people in the organization was probably destroyed. Yeah, you could probably say you defeated that. But to say that you've removed centers of influence, no, I don't think so. I think there's still fuckers around there that are still going to spout out their bullshit. And then just like any other hate group that you want to throw out there, name your hate group that likes to spout bullshit. It's just how do I say? It is the appreciation or the acceptance of that hate group that makes it not a hate group at times. There's some people that will tell you that you're fucked up for talking shit about ISIS, even though it's ISIS.
Right, because the people that subscribe to it don't see it as a hate group. They look at us as like the worst people on earth.
Yeah.
And they probably think of us the way we think of anything as a hate group. They think of us as the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're the bad people.
Yeah.
The same way we would think of racist or, anything that we classify as like a hate group or a hate crime or anything like that, they think of us the same way. So no, well, I don't think we'll ever squash that as long as there's one person to like teach their kids that same ideology.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it's a harder question to ask, man. Now, going around saying that we defeated it, we'll come back and bite you in the ass if they come back. Anything like that is always election fodder when it comes to something like that. When you say, yeah, we're going to defeat ISIS, we defeat ISIS, and the next thing you know, we pull out of Iraq and Syria, they defeat us. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not like defeating an army.
Yeah. But
you can't defeat an ideology.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, and that's all got to say about that yet. Oh man, what I don't want anybody to think is that, oh well, you sound so defeatist. Dude, that whole situation of us going over there, you got to remember it's two different things. I think what the president doesn't want to do is he does not want to do a I don't think that, how do I say this? I don't think him saying that, I don't think us being in Afghanistan forever solves anything. It only gets, I don't want to say it gets patriotic to a point and you want to fight them when they're over there and all this stuff. There is plans of leaving a small leftover force there, but they're not going to be there to fucking, build roads. They're not going to be there to fucking, to help out and fucking open schools and shit. The people they're gonna leave there are just like the people they left in Syria. They're gonna fuck them up. You know what I mean? So
right, I don't get where we're gonna do differently than we've done like everywhere else we've left. I mean, I guess except Vietnam, there's no bases in anything there.
Yeah, exactly.
So. I mean, we have them in Korea, we have them in Germany, England, all over Europe, like for forever. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
know. I don't know where our stance is. I mean, we have them in Kuwait ever since the Gulf War.
It's not a deployment.
No, it's not a deployment. But again, exactly, we do have permanent bases there now. The same, since we went in and liberated their country from Iraq. So we could still have a presence there ever since then. Same as, like I said, Germany, England, Korea. I don't know what's going to be the new norm in the Middle East now.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Yeah, that's fucking that's fucking crazy. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't want to sound fatalist or want to sound like, you know what I mean? But sorry, I don't want to fucking sit there and have to deal with whatever and I don't think Afghanistan was good for what it was going to do. Then that's it. That's all I could say. Really, that's all I could say. Then that's it. That's that's it. Don't know what else to say. But again, I don't know what to say. Anyways, real quick, we're gonna go ahead and cover some house cleaning. We already got whoa, hang on. Wait. We already got a guest for Monday? We got a guest for Monday?
Indeed.
Indeed. Whoa.
Frondess is on stuff. She's starting to do the January.
I'm about to say the Januaries and the Februaries, and shit, man. Okay, so 7 January right now, because I know the calendar's gonna get filled quick. Am I reading this right? Breezy from Liberty Dolls, a USMC veteran. Breezy will be on the Talk of the Show about what her motorcycle club and veterans organization does for female veterans. Oh, that's pretty cool. Liberty Dolls is an organization and is a nonprofit dedicated to helping female veterans in hardships and crisis. Liberty Dolls is a writers group of all female veterans and supporting patriots. Pretty interesting. Liberty Dolls, huh? That's you just like purposely just do that with the you're trying to get me in trouble with some biker chicks. Is that what it is? No, I don't want to say that, but yeah, that's what I thought. You guys trying to intimidate me or some shit?
I don't know. I think you can handle it. You and Flash can handle it.
Yeah. No worries.
I know y'all can.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Don't get me wrong. I'm always open to new hosts like that. Don't get me wrong. If you are an aspiring band out there, a veteran band, or any band that wants to provide music for our bumpers and our our normal play, some of the music that I played already has legal and non-signed band members. So once in a while, hey, if you do become famous and you do sign on to a contract like with Sony or Columbia or any of the other record, BMG, LMG, whatever you want to call it, let them know that the music that we get to play is that you gave us to play is cool, and that's how you got to be kind of like well known, because we've been going back and forth. Flash has been kicking ass and taking names with the legal team for the WTF Nation Empire and I don't say we won, but we had a dispute with Sony. Sony had some issues with some of the music that we played, and we provided information to Sony. Hey, look, this band, blah, 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 is, and this band, this, and all that. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And Sony dropped the dispute. So there's some videos that you're going to watch that may or may not be muted. Don't freak out. Don't be saying, oh, I'm not going to be able to hear the tunes and stuff like that. Don't worry, we have podcasts. We have it on Mixer, too. Periscope as well, YouTube as well. So any of that legal stuff like that, we will go ahead and let you guys know, keep you guys informed and up to date on all this shit. I kind of like to think that we're pretty up on all that stuff, but always check with the front desk. Drop us a message at contact@WTFNationRadio.com or message us in the inbox, because that way you'll be able to get all the information again, and then give us your links, or send us your email with your links, and then say, hey, look, we appreciate you playing with the music or whatever. And we've all the bands, and they're scrutinized. Don't get me wrong, you're just not going to play some stuff and then that's it. You're okay. I get to play it because I send to WTF Nation Radio, the station staff. Hey, if you guys want to play it, what do you guys think of this? And then everybody's like, oh no, I don't like it, or maybe it's not for me, or whatever. And it's not personal. I know the business industry, the music industry, in that way, it's pretty cut. Not I wouldn't say cutthroat, but if it's not the style that the hosts don't want, don't get offended. But however, the majority of the people that have sent their music in, June Wolfsburg, I Exist, all the other bands that have given us music and shit have been pretty, they've been pretty cool. So I think we've had a good track record of selecting the right people to play on there. So don't get discouraged if you send us something and it doesn't, hit the playlist. Like I said before, for you guys that have joined us, brand new listeners, we totally appreciate you guys coming on. For you fans that have been listening to us, the fans that have been staying with us for a while and all that, hey, we appreciate you hanging out there with us. I know some of you have taken breaks or done some stuff, and then you've come back and like, oh, hey, I'm back. I'm getting messages. Hey, I'm back from doing whatever. Hey, how you been, Ice, or whatever. Hey, good on you. I appreciate y'all coming back. Appreciate you. Also, of course, like, share, and follow. Again, you're hearing us. If you're listening to us on U.S. Army WTF Moments, you're also listening to us on WTF Nation Radio's Facebook pages. Twitter. If you're following us on Twitter, you can go to WTF Nation Radio and see our broadcast being broadcasted on Twitter. If you are a YouTuber and you just don't want to dump on anything else, you can jump on YouTube and then follow us on there. If you cannot listen to any of our shows, you can go to Google Play or you can go to the iTunes and download the podcasts free of charge. And some of the stuff that we can't play on Facebook Live, or some of the stuff that I will usually play something in the beginning. A lot of the hosts have their own little methods of playing their stuff before they come on the air on Facebook. We'll usually play a couple songs that you can't play on Facebook, or you hear us talking or whatever. It's kind of like the time to sit there and hang out before we go live on Facebook Live. The TuneIn app. If you got TuneIn and that's the way you want to listen to it, cool. Of course the Mixer app and the Mixer streaming service that is on all Xbox Live. That's kind of cool. I think it's pretty badass that we are able to stream into your home on your Xbox One, of course. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Our show lineup is starting to change a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed. Starting in the February time frame, we're going to have some of our show frequencies come up. There's also going to be opportunities where there might be some daytime shows like coming back again. There might be some other, almost like you're watching cable. So if you're watching TV and you're watching a new lineup and like, oh, what's coming on today at this time, and we'll more likely have some stuff. We want to give you guys more variety for 2019. We have a lot of stuff coming up for 2019. It's going to be pretty baller. I'm excited. That's why I've been pumped. I've been pumped to come back to the show. But that's why I've been like rattling like fucking crazy, and Spanky's like elbowing me to fucking shut up.
Like, do things.
Yeah,
I'm poking you.
Sergeanting and stuff. Start sergeanting. What was that? What were we saying?
Oh no, I'm dropping a link. Like, we're always looking for talent.
Yes. Oh wow. Whoa, thank you from Iraq. Oh man. I mean, you're not in Iraq, but you're not Iraqi, are you? I mean, no, you're just.
Oh no.
He's just a band that is in Iraq. Oh, okay. You're listening to us in Iraq. Well, hey, you guys keep your heads down over there and fighting them Al Qaeda's and ISIS. Yeah, drop us some fucking tunes, man. And drop us some fucking some music. Give us a link. Drop inside the inbox, and then or email us, whatever's easy for you, of a Dropbox link and all that shit. And then you can you can hit it. Hey, that's awesome. If you guys are fucking in Iraq and you're deployed, y'all keep your heads down there out there, and more than likely we will more play your stuff. Or even have you come on if you've been in Iraq or something like that, and you want to come on and shoot the shit about who you are and what you're doing and tell us what's going on. If you're a band, if you're in Iraq, I know you know who I'm talking to. Come on, so we can get you on one of the shows. I don't know that. We used to have a lot of veteran band. We still have veteran band. We haven't had a veteran band come on in a long time. Who was the last one that we had on?
Oh. Facebook friend.
Native How?
Yeah.
Was it Native How or something like that?
Yeah, no. Yes, Native How was the last one, and they're not the ones from Oklahoma. They're from the Midwest.
Yeah. And then we had, who else did we have? We had, listen, we've had a lot of bands come on.
Yes, we've had a lot. Now they're all like running through my head, and they're all getting, like tied into knots.
Yeah.
No, we do. We do have a lot of veteran bands, and if y'all have links to, your veteran bands that are not signed yet, hey, send me their Facebook pages. Drop them in our radio page, and inbox me their links on their Facebook pages, their YouTube pages, Twitter, whatever they have. Let me check them out. We love those.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. I will. I will again. If you got a link, if you got a Google Drive link with all your music, send us the link. And all the staff will pick through it and grab your music and listen to it and all that stuff. We don't and then tell us a little bit about your band. Appreciate you listening to it in Iraq, man. That's pretty awesome. So, anyways, you got anything else for me? Is there anything you want to caveat off of me for behooven?
Other than stabbing me in the face for using both of those words, no. Happy New Year, y'all. This is, shot.
You slapped me in the face for using those. Well, I was being, come on,
I
man.
said
I was.
stab. I didn't even say slap. I said stab.
Oh, you're gonna stab me in the face for using? That's fucked up. I was just breaking balls. I never use those
I know.
words.
I know exactly. That's why I'm gonna stab you. No. No.
Well, hey guys,
Woosah.
woosah. Thank you for joining us tonight on our first Sergeant's Time of 2019, broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence on this 3 January, and we will see you on the webs. Shots.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
Before glorious President Trump can assume the intergalactic throne, he surveyed the universe and said, let's make all of this our own. He commissioned a group of soldiers, take upon their shoulders a daunting task of relentless skill to meet conquest of the last frontier. Now here we are enlisted for the glory of our nation. To say that we're the best would be an under-exaggeration. Prepared for combat with an alien race to kick their asses right in the face. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. They say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll page the moon, red, white, and blue, for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport now, sit back, relax, and watch us through the hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planet of America. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Now we'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear our manly voices singing Space Force strong. The critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum, ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum, Space Force.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
The voice of U.S. Army WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.